Yo, what's good? What's good? Lifted G, what's good? Robbie Cano 24 or Robbie 24 Cano, what's good? The New York Knicks are in the building. What's good? Chris, what's good? What's good, y'all? Let me check. Let me do my normal thing here. Let me check on a few things. Let me just check something real quick just before we get started. I don't want to start and then have things not go our way. Let me see here. All right. I'm good. I'm good in one place. I'm good in one place. Let me check the other. All right. There we go. I'm gonna share this thing real quick on Twitter real quick. And bam, there we go. Yo, Foxy, what's good? What's good? So we 6 away from hitting a milestone, huh? 6 away from hitting a milestone. Hey, Foxy, I got one for you. I'm tipping the cap for Foxy. Great job last night. I was on last night. It was dope. White Falcon 44 was good. Trade for Harden. Let's get this thing done already, right? Was good. I have a few things I wanted to talk to y'all about. And I probably need to write some of this stuff down. Can I all get pen? I need to write some things down just real quick. Hey, so yeah, thanks Foxy for doing good. We kind of got a little last night was funny. Last night it was hilarious. Hey, Staffa was good. Staffa was good. I see you. Hey, for those of y'all that hadn't subscribed, man, smash that subscribe button. Hit the like button for the live stream. Share. Share to your social medias. Come in and join the video chat. Join the virtual chat. Make sure you comment on the replays of the videos. Just ride that wave, man. We're doing good. We're doing good. Frederick, what's good? What's good? Hey, White Falcon has already got the lineup already set. He's like, yo, Harden at the 2. Yo, regardless, we talking about Harden at the 2. So I wanted to talk to y'all about a few things. A couple that we talked about last night, and a couple I saved for myself. Right. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is the national attention of the media. Right. It's amazing how the attention of the national media changes when you do something like when you do something good and look good doing it. Right. So we have been the enemy of the national, and when I say we, I mean the New York Knicks. Have been the enemy of the national media for 30 years easily. Right, easily the enemy of the national media. All the way back to the Pat Ewing era. Yo, Ghetto Intellect, what's good? Let me do something here. Hold on. So we've been the enemy of the national media for about, what is 2020? So let's say 30, 35 years. Let's say since the Pat Ewing era began, right? T. Williams in the building. What's good? What's good? So we've been the enemy of the national media. You can't dispute that, right? Don't dispute that, because that's a fruitless fight. That's a fight for nothing, right? You know, what we want to do is Paris Duggar is in the building. What's good? Hey, Paris Duggar. When you, hey man, listen. Hey, so some of the comments be like super sharp. So I'm gonna say, hey, before you go straight for our jugular, give us a warning shot, like shoot a shot across our bow to let us know that you could have hit us, but you chose not to. Black Andy's in the building. What's good? Andy N. What's good? Andy, I'm taking you down in that fantasy league, bro. I'm just letting you know that. The fantasy league, I'm legit letting you know I'm taking you down. Yeah, Andy be bugging. So Andy says he's gonna listen. So Freezy, don't go. You know where? I know this. I know you don't want me to bring up a certain player, so you'll be forced to stop saving the world just to come on here and talk about that one player. Tyrone the champion, what's good? Guzman was good. Hey, Guzman, look. Hey, they are legit trying to show us backhanded love. Did you see it? You see the backhanded love that they're trying to show us? It's going into this point that I'm getting ready to get into, right? Hey, Andy said he needs a day off once in a while. I know what you need a day off from, right? I'm just going to say something different. I'm going to say Andy needs a day off from saving the world. I'm not going to say Andy needs a day off from that certain topic that needs his own channel. That this one player legit needs his own channel. so people can legit talk about that one player all day long, 24/7, 365. So getting back to hey Foxy, you say we're two away from the goal. Hey man, hey, I told you, brother. I told you, man. Giving Knicks fans a forum for a place where they can legit come in and talk and do their thing. I told you, man. It's been much needed. It's probably 50 years overdue, right? And we were like the ones goofy enough to give them a chance to do something, and it's blossomed into something crazy. And like, I think we legit been doing this for like 36 days. Like 36 days, and this thing has caught fire. White Falcon say, yo, Freezy, will you want Harden to play with RJ, OB, and Mitch? Yes. Yes. Of course. Of course. I mean, excuse me, who wouldn't want a James Harden? LM says 998 subs. Word, that is so we legit have 998 people in our family, in our unit, right? This is a family. We got 998 people. That is crazy, right? We just started this like 30-something days ago. That's crazy. So I'm going to say Bleacher Report. The Thunder received Julius Randle, 2021 second-round pick via Detroit, 2021 second-round pick via Charlotte. Knicks received Trevor Ariza, George Hill. No. I'm not giving up that much for Trevor Ariza and George Hill. No, Lifted G, I'm not giving up that. I'm not giving up a second-round pick for both of those players. No, I'm not giving up that much for Randall. Randall is legit better than both of them players right now by himself. Hey, Kevin McLeod, what's good? That wasn't the wrong link, dog. Look. That can't be the wrong link. I'm clicking on the link right now. Get on Intellect. Hey, Kevin McLeod, come on. Hey, there it is. My man's. There it is. How about that one? That one was good, right?
Nah, there we go. Good morning, my brother. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Hey, what's good? What's good? How you this morning?
That was a great show last night. I got a couple of complaints, mostly Kevin W. and his Thompson, Klay Thompson comparison, but you fixed that for me. But go ahead.
He was Knoxicizing. He was Knoxicizing all night. That's what he does. He Knoxicizes. You know what I'm saying? He legit loves Kevin Knox. But bro, let me not interrupt. No, yeah, I want to get into this national media thing, right? The national media thing is legit real, right? The media hates us, and the national media hates us. And listen, I'm not saying that their hatred is invalid. I think there was a time where we developed a us versus them mentality, right? And then we did it thinking that it was just for that moment. You know what I'm saying? But you can't when people just like you can't tell them when to heal. You know what I'm saying? People
breaking up a little bit, Free.
You know.
Free.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy, let me get this camera straight so I can look this fella in the eye. let me get this camera here good so I can. What's up, Cap?
Hey man, everything's everything, Uncle Freeze. I'm riding in your 6'4" like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre be saying. With everybody saying, swing down, sweet cherry, and stop and let me ride. That's your new thing now.
Hitting switches.
Hitting them switches, yeah, man. Riding that 6'4". How you doing, y'all?
Yeah,
how's everybody doing?
Good. Salute, fan. Hey, Freeze, I see you like 10 away, man, but I want to save it for the night, guys. I really think they should celebrate it. So even if we hit it today during this live, let's let the night crew, because they really put in the time. It wouldn't be fair for us to steal their thunder. I heard them last night. They really looking forward. But it looked like you might be 10 away, probably even less now.
Hey, they say my mic is cracking. Let me do that. Might be my voice
okay.
cracking.
It's okay now. It was you were going a little bit in and out. And
you were borging a few minutes ago. You good now?
Yeah, you good.
So Skynet was calling me home. Skynet was calling me home. Y'all remember Skynet from the Terminator series?
Yeah, Skynet. Yes, sir.
Skynet was calling me home. It's the Matrix. The Matrix was calling me home.
The Matrix is calling me home. Hey, I wanted to get on last night, man, but I tell you, man, turning 50 ain't no joke. Remember we used to be young back in the day and go to the club and be there till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and everything and hit the joint,
and they get up 8 o'clock and let me tell you something. As soon as I met Freeze, I said, "Listen, I'm a morning drive type of guy because at 11:45, ain't no way I'm lasting it, and they're gonna be any good in the morning. I'll be 6 months from 50, so I've embraced
you 6 months.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah. But your shows at night, man, they be on fire, man. They be on fire. And I wanted to stay, man. I think I stayed up till like 11:20, and then finally I hit the sheets and everything. But I really wanted to be on there last night and everything. So but probably tonight. I know definitely on the first. I know definitely on our first game and everything. I'm psyched, man. I'm psyched as hell.
Absolutely.
I'm. Oh man, you should.
And shout out to Stephen Fox. I just got to salute Stephen Fox.
Oh, man. Stephen Fox, yeah, he's the man.
Stephen, you are too kind to me, brother. Salute to you.
He the man. He the man. He the man. And he know it too. That's the thing. He know he the man.
Yeah. Hey, Foxy puts in a lot of work for the shows and stuff. We collaborate a lot behind the scenes. When you're not at 1,000 subs, and we're at 999 right now, but when you're you're limited on what you can do on YouTube. So we have a lot of things, man, we want to do. Starting with the Freezies. Have you heard about that, Cav?
No, sir, I have not.
So we're gonna do an award show, the Freezies.
Okay.
Right. So we're gonna do it. So we're gonna do a joint. It's like categories like best co-host, sharpest take. All kind of stuff. We're gonna put some categories together, and we're gonna present it like the Oscars. Like we legit gonna do an Oscars type show.
Okay.
Right here on the channel. I'm gonna get dressed up, and I might iron me a shirt or something. I might take this wave cap off.
Yeah.
I
might show up like a grown up.
Yeah, man.
But Freezy, stay on the national media because I got to spin on that too, and I'm gonna tell you why. But stay on
yeah. Oh, no doubt. I got things. I have some things written down. The thing is, when we get on these topics, though, we got to make sure that we don't forget about the virtual chat. So the virtual chat is spin on the other side. Yeah. Want to make sure that they feel like they're a part. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just us three. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we keep in context that the viewer is out there. And the virtual chat, but the Freezies though is gonna be something special because what we're gonna do is take some people that have done good stuff to help push the thing about the show forward, right?
Yeah,
and we legit gonna send the trophy to them, right? Send them a trophy like a Freezy trophy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's tight.
So we gonna talk, but that's a work in progress. But the national media thing. The national media thing, man, is real. So we have a love-hate relationship, right? So the national media hates us because we instigated the hate first, right? Because we felt like all the stuff, the criticism from the national media was unjust, right? But the thing about it, though, is it was just because they called us a grease fire. But guess what? We were a grease fire. Like when we legit drafted Pat Ewing, we went through. Y'all thought we were unstable the last, say, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
The Pat Ewing era. Just imagine that 10 times worse and in the blender.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so we started this thing where we started disliking the national media because we didn't want to get called out for our warts. Like we legit had warts, and the national media was calling us out on it. And so we started to pick the fight with them. But when we stopped fighting, they kept fighting. They just kept on and kept on and kept on and kept on. And it's to where it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the Knicks never went back to the media. Like national media was like, yo, you know what? Maybe we overstated some stuff. But with that said, over the years, you've seen how the national media has dogged us. You know what I'm saying? Like legit, when John Starks missed that shot in Game 6, they were talking about, writing like John Starks choked. But John Starks carried us in Game 6, and Olajuwon made a hell of a play just to get a fingertip on the ball.
Absolutely.
If Olajuwon didn't get a fingertip on that ball, This conversation we having today is a different conversation.
Exactly.
John Starks was on fire. He's the only Knick that we know. He's the only Knick that we know since we've been alive that had a shot, or not since I've been alive, but y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah. Because we weren't old enough to realize, you know what I'm saying? When the Knicks were winning championships back then, I was alive. I just, was too young to appreciate. Yeah, exactly. So, but John, since we've been old enough to understand what ball is, John Starks is the only player to have a shot in the air to win a championship. And think about that.
And the thing about that also, Freeze, he is the most revered. He is the most revered Knick out of that, out of those, from that team on to now. He's the most revered out of everybody. Yeah, he missed a shot, but we, quote unquote, we've forgiven him.
Right.
We forgave him more than we forgave Charles Smith for missing those 4 layups against the Bulls.
Right.
Remember that, right?
Right.
Even more importantly, without Starks play the last 2 games, we don't get the game.
No, we don't get to game 7.
Thank you.
So that's why it was easy for me to get over it. I wasn't as mad at Starks as I was mad at Riley for not changing the offense up and getting the ball out of his hand.
Because Starks was 2 for 18, right? But we were only down like 5 points throughout the game. Like the Rockets never stretched on us. Even when Starks having a bad shooting game, we were still in it. It was, and then the other thing too, people forget. So John Starks had the grade 2 MCL sprain. He got against the Atlanta Hawks on a hard foul, right? Yes, remember that in the season?
Yes, sir.
In season. Remember that? So John Starks caught fire right before the All-Star break. Him and Charles Oakley made the All-Star team that year in '94, right? Starks carried the team throughout the season, right? Throughout from say mid-January through to about late March, and then he got the MCL sprain. Yeah. And so he wasn't even supposed to be on the roster. Jeff Van Gundy was supposed to go tell John Starks he wasn't going to be on the playoff roster. They were just going to roll with Rolando Blackman and Hubert Davis. And so Van Gundy came to tell him, and Starks looking at him like, you better not be coming to tell me what I think you're trying to tell you, or I'm going to murder you in this training room. You know what I'm saying? And Jeff Van Gundy looked at Starks and said, have a good day, sir.
I don't know That's a cool one, man. Oh, man.
And then Starks on a grade 2 MCL helped carry the Knicks in the play. You remember Starks never wore anything on his knee, right? Nope. Look back at all the years of John Starks. You never saw anything on his knee.
Yes.
He gets the grade 2 MCL sprain, and you see the thing on his knee. When you go back and look at tape, you see it.
Yes, absolutely.
And so what people say in game 7, John Starks didn't, John Starks choked and blah, blah, blah. But it's the same thing with Steph Curry. Remember, Steph Curry got the grade 2 MCL sprain against Portland the year they lost to the Cavs. Remember the year they lost to the Cavs? And the Draymond Green got suspended. People forget Steph Curry was walking on a grade 2 MCL sprain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even and Nick G told me like dude's legit not even supposed to be trying to play on a grade 2 MCL sprain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It just seems like the media really wants to dictate their own spin on things instead of dictating the truth.
Right.
And that was the truth. What you just said was the exact truth about Starks and about Curry. That was that was the truth.
Yeah, Starks. I mean, Steph Curry slipped on water. Remember Steph Curry?
Yes, sir.
They didn't wipe the floor. Didn't get a chance to wipe the floor up, and Steph slipped on it and got the grade 2 MCL sprain.
Yeah. So you're blaming him when you really should be blaming Draymond for getting suspended the next game.
Right.
The game that he was suspended. You should really be getting on him, for that. Right. So sometimes the media just, or
like in the Knicks case, you can blame a Charles Oakley who totally disappeared in the playoffs. People forget like Charles Oakley got shut down by a dude named Carl Herrera and Otis Thorpe against the Houston Rockets.
Otis Thorpe,
right? And he could, and then when the Rockets went small, when the Rockets put Robert Horry at power forward,
yes,
Oakley couldn't get out that far and guard Robert Horry. He let Robert Horry hit those straight ahead threes.
Yep.
And now the dude's name is Big Shot Bob.
Here's
the most important. Here's the most important about the Knicks' relationship with the media.
Hold on one second.
It's driven by the value of our organization and our lunatic behind fans. Our fans will read and feed in to anything written about the Knicks on any platform. We go to the Clutch Sports. We'll go to anything, and that's why the media has to talk about the Knicks, good, bad, or indifferent, because our fans are, first of all, we're the number one media market in the world, New York City. That's number one.
Right.
Like I said, organization is always ranks in the top 2 or 3 in the NBA in value, even when we're losing games. That's why people say Dolan only cares about money. It don't matter. Whoever owns the Knicks is going to be valuable because our fans are crazy. If our fans would stop reading crap, anything that's written, stop taking in all these TV shows, I'm telling you, the media would have to do something different. But listen, if you've been a Knicks fan for the last 25 years like we have, there's been nothing good to talk about, right? So, that's the biggest thing about the media. They can write it because Knicks fans are going to read it.
Right.
What's going on in the chat?
Hey. So, but to your point though, the thing is we got to do a deep dive into what you said. Right. We got to do a deep dive into what you said, because on the surface of what you said, all that stuff is accurate, A+, right? But it's not just one topic that you just brought up. It's other things that we also have to bring up too, like for instance, right? And I know this is going to seem petty, but the Knicks is the most valuable team in the NBA, right? With another NBA team in the same vicinity, 10 miles. Not even 10. Is it 10 miles? You know what I'm saying?
4 miles to Brooklyn?
Maybe. A bridge away.
Yeah, no, tunnel away.
Tunnel away. Yeah. I mean, well, both tunnel and Harbour Bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So the Knicks are the most valuable, even with somebody in the same space. It could have easily been them. They occupy the same space, right? They legit occupy the same space. And on top of that, they're an older franchise as well. They are not they're not expansion. They've always existed in this space.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's starting out on Long Island, going to the Meadowlands, or moving to Newark and then Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So they've always occupied this same space, right? Yes, sir. So to say the Knicks are just the most valuable franchise because they're in the city is fair, but then you have to look at other things too, right? You have to look at other things too, like the Nets or whatever whatever we want to call them. They could legit, if they had done things right, they could have flipped the script and had us be little brother, but they didn't. And we were down on the mat for a long time, right? After we won championships and that championship team got older, we started signing guys like Marvin Webster, the human eraser. Y'all don't even remember him because he ain't do nothing here, but we paid him a whole lot of money.
I'll give you one better.
What's that?
You mentioned him. How about Jerome James?
Jerome James.
Oh,
I gave him the first $10 million a year contract. And that wasn't popular.
Oh my God! But the thing is, what I was getting to, because y'all are right. What I'm getting to about the Knicks though is we could easily have lost all this steam, but what the Knicks did, and which is dope, is they legit went to and captured the heart of the Knicks fans early and always gave them something all the way through. Like our failures over the years didn't come from a lack of trying. It just came from missteps. Right. You know how a baby get up off the floor, be trying to walk, and they keep falling down on their butt.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the baby keep falling down, but it ain't from a lack of trying. You know what I'm saying? One day that baby gonna be running. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But you got to crawl, then you got to walk, and then you run. You know what I'm saying? And the Knicks kept falling down because they always wanted to run. They just kept falling down. Now some organizations legit just did stuff the wrong way, like the 76ers. Yeah. Like when we were winning chips, like when we were legit winning chips, right? And we were transitioning to an older team. The Sixers had the best talent in the NBA, but they had poor management, and they were like Guillermo likes to say, they were dumb and proud. You know what I'm saying? So they would be like, oh, we can beat the Celtics. We don't need to add more talent. We got enough talent to beat the Celtics. Yeah. Hey, dog, the Celtics cut y'all rump every year.
Every year.
Hey, add some talent. And then they're like, nah, we good. We got Dr. J. Hey, man, y'all got Dr. J. I know this. Y'all got Dr. J. Y'all got Andrew Toney. Y'all got World Be Free. Y'all got Marvin. Y'all got all these dudes, right? And every time I hear Andrew Toney name, I keep remembering back in the day they used to call him the Boston Strangler because he used to be average. He used to be average against everybody except the Celtics. So anyway, to your point though, about the national media and about the Knicks being in the number one market and how they're the most valuable. The Knicks are the most valuable, not just because people have money to throw away. I used to live in the New York tri-state area. I know Knicks fans don't have money to throw away. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Jersey.
Where did you live at? Oh, you lived in Jersey. Okay, you lived in Jersey.
Yeah. I lived in Jersey City. I got family in Brooklyn. I got family in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to the Bronx, and the Bronx used to look like a bomb went off over there. It used to look like you know what I'm saying. You like all these
still do, by the way.
Yeah. Man, back then we ain't had no money, no bread, no nothing. Right. But when the Knicks came on, the only two times we stopped playing outside, times we stopped playing was when the Knicks was on TV and the ice cream truck came.
Case closed.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
No, Simmer Singh, we're saying Knicks is the most valuable basketball, just in relation to basketball. We're not talking franchises across the board.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is, and I was gonna get to the Yankees too. I was gonna get to the Yankees part of it too. But the thing with the Knicks is in a city where you have so many teams that share a pool of consumer dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard for you to get that win. It's hard for you to get that money, especially when you got a New York Yankees in the city. Right. Everybody like that Yankee starter cap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? So then plus two, Knicks ticket, the tickets at the Garden, bro. I'm gonna just say this right now.
$150 for nosebleed.
Right. And when you say nosebleeds,
you can touch the rafters.
And you sitting by the bathroom, which sucks. Don't nobody like sitting by the bathroom in the nosebleeds. Ain't you by the bathrooms? You don't never get no peace. You know what I'm saying? Them the worst tickets in the world.
They are. You know what I'm saying? They are. But the thing about it also, Freeze, you're saying they're the best ticket they're the worst. You say the worst tickets in the world? Did you say that?
Most expensive.
Yeah. I mean, the worst tickets in the Garden. The worst tickets in the Garden.
But at a time, it was the hottest ticket in the world, especially during those, that title run, with Ewing and Starks and all of them. And then I'll even throw it back to 99. That whole that was the hottest ticket. That was the hottest ticket. I remember, small story. The year after we lost to Houston, everybody was looking to see when the tickets will go on sale for the 94-95 season. Everybody was looking back and forth because we didn't have computers like we have them now. We had to go by what the paper said, what the recording said. You wanted to be at the Garden to get those tickets. And I remember a friend of mine, we went out there. I think we got out there around 2-3 o'clock in the morning just to get tickets for the upcoming season. And we barely got a game because they didn't really start letting in until like around about, I think, 9 o'clock in the morning. And even then we were still wrapped around the corner, at the Garden. It was the hottest ticket, man. It was the hottest ticket.
Right. And so you're right, man. The thing, and going back to the national media thing, the national media thing, I think they legit don't understand like the passion we have for this team. Like Lakers fans, they want to win championships, right? Yeah. They are legit. If you go to them and tell the Lakers fans they're gonna rebuild, they stop showing up.
Right.
They ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? They not coming. So you legit can't say, yo, we rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lakers fans gonna stop coming, right? If you go to like a San Antonio, they're passionate about their fan. The fan base is passionate. You know what I'm saying? And if I hear that BS thing, go Spurs, go one more time, I swear I'm gonna jump out a window. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That go Spurs, go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know what though? When the Spurs ain't winning, when the Spurs don't have a Hall of Famer, you don't hear from the Spurs. And Miami Heat fans don't get me started. Because to me, the Miami Heat fans are the most bougie in the NBA.
Of course.
You remember the year that they were down? You remember the year they were down by 11 with like 5 minutes to go, and all the Heat fans
left
the game. They left the game, and then when the Heat came back, they tried to come back in the building. Yep. I mean, come on, man. Knicks fans don't do that. Knicks fans are passionate.
No. But I will say about some Knicks fans, there's I can say that we're all fanatical because we love our Knicks, but then there's some that are unreasonable, and then there's some that are reasonable and knowledgeable.
Some have Stockholm syndrome.
Say again?
Yeah.
Some have Stockholm syndrome. Hold on one second.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's because we always want the star. We always want let me backtrack. We want instant gratification. We want instant success. And in this NBA age now, it does not work that way. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way. It looks like y'all stalled a little bit. Let me try and refresh because it looks like y'all stalled.
We there? With Freezy Star? I'm here. I'm sorry I took a phone call. So yeah, some of the fans, man, we gotta. Hopefully, we could get a good season so we could start to get some unity. Because that's what I see most about our fans. Freezes. We just don't have no unity. Like even last night's situation was when I watched your podcast and all of the different view all of the different mindsets of the
Yeah.
people on. We just see the Knicks in 5 different ways, and
Yeah.
other fan bases don't. You don't see that much of that. And I just can't wait till one day till we start winning and just celebrating the product on the floor and get rid of all the hyperbole.
Yeah, and I think we will get. We're going to get there just a little bit sooner than what is projected. Because I'm telling you right now, Coach Tibbs ain't playing.
No, he is not playing.
He ain't playing. If you're not playing defense, if you're not following the instructions, he's going to pull you out there and don't give a damn about what your feelings are. He is going to he's going to take you out.
Right.
And that already right there is a plus. I asked the both of y'all, when have you seen that within the last 5 or 7 years? That a coach, maybe Woodson, maybe Woodson, but aside from Woodson, when have you seen that?
No, we hadn't seen it. We hadn't seen it.
And notice Woodson's on the bench.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Woody. Hey, I saw a picture of Woody on the bench. He looked like Steve Harvey's uncle on the bench.
Yeah,
he is enjoying himself.
He got up to talk to Mitch. I looked at his legs. It looked like he don't even walk straight no more. Coaching their tails off, boy.
Right.
And the other thing also, when this pandemic is finished, we're actually going to see their facial expressions. So
Right. No doubt. Because Woodson was on the, and so I wanted to catch that. Remember when we got Mike Woodson? I remember my uncle telling me. My uncle was like, "Yo, Willis is washed up, man. I hope we get that kid Cartwright." And so we get this kid Cartwright, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking like, "Oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? We might go back and win it." You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's crazy. Like, I was legit thinking like, "Man, we just got Bill Cartwright. We might win a championship, bro."
He was washed up. He was washed up.
Yeah, he was, man.
But the hype for the draft picks was real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like because they was like, yo, all we need is a 7-footer. We just need a couple of big men, and we got Cartwright. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was at PS20 telling people, you know what I'm saying? Had my $1 Million Man lunchbox.
Yes, we got that.
And PSC like, yo, we got Bill Cartwright, the one with the thermos with the little.
Yes. See, nobody knows anything about that. What we're talking about back in the day, man.
Right. Well,
they don't know nothing about that.
so yeah, I was like, yeah, man, you know, but it's the same feeling. It's like some of the Knicks fans are like some of the younger Knicks fans right now.
Yeah.
So the reason why I brought that up is because they're having that feeling right now. That feeling I had back then of replacing all the old guys, all the old vets with some young talent so that we can make a run at a chip. And they think we don't understand their feeling. Like the young fans, they legit think we can't, you know, they don't understand what it's like to have a whole bunch of vets making money for no reason. And you bring in the rookies and the rookies ain't playing. Hey, bro, yes, we do. We know that feeling.
Exactly.
We've been trading away our first round draft picks for over 20 years. This is the first 4 first round draft picks I think we had in a while on the bench. First round draft pick, we don't need that. What's that going to do for us? Get rid of that.
Right.
Go get us some bets that can win now.
You know what? That's the only good thing. That Phil and Steve Mills did was keeping our draft picks. That's the only good thing.
That is the blessing of Phil Jackson. He was not going to broker the team to put players around Carmelo Anthony if it wasn't going to lead to a championship. I just wish Phil didn't miss drafting Donovan Mitchell. Oh, if he drafts Donovan Mitchell, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
50, 60 win team in a 70 years and a 73 season year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See,
here's the thing with that. I'm not even going to bring up how other teams missed out on Donovan Mitchell, but the thing about it is it's it's done. We didn't get him. We had a chance. We didn't get him. It's done. We've got to move on. That's why I tell Knicks fans all the time, you have to stop thinking so negatively at the moves that have been happening. You've got to think positive. You've got to go forward, because there's going to be a time where we will be up there. And it's a great start that Leon Rose put all these people in structured positions. And I got Leon Rose another story, because I could go into for days.
Kev, let me stop you right. I'm gonna stop you right there. And
we gotta talk to White Falcon.
Right, because now I want to talk to y'all. I'm gonna say something to y'all, and then I'm gonna move out of the way.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna say something to y'all, and first of all, hey, congrats to the nation for hitting 1,000 subs.
I don't want to steal.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all great, man.
They're gonna hate us. They're gonna hate the morning drive for celebrating, but please, congratulations to you. Congratulations to and morning and the night shift. Please, this is all for you. We're not trying to steal your shot, but congratulations.
Right, man. Because the joint is so dope, man. And so I can't help but keep repeating myself, saying the same thing about it. The Knicks fans legit over the course of years have not had a place where they can legit come and vent and talk about their Knicks and not feel rushed. So they legit never had a platform where they could come and just chop it up about the Knicks for as long as they want, get a whole bunch of different personalities, whoever it is, they want to come on, they want to talk, hey man, just come on. The chat be on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
This thing is for y'all. This is a family affair. This is not
White
like
Falcon,
me.
you're a troll. I love you to death, but you're a troll.
Yeah. Hey, so here's my thing. I'm gonna throw at both of y'all, right? And I know y'all are gonna overreact, knee jerk, and chop my head off, and then agree with me all at the same time. I'm gonna say this, right? I think Walt Perrin found his Donovan Mitchell and Emmanuel Quickley.
I want to agree with you. Why not?
I'm not saying nothing, because y'all hated on me for saying we have the potential rookie of the year, so I'm shutting up.
I'm doing what you tell.
Hey, my head is still hurting about that too.
Exactly. Exactly. Freeze. You got no argument from me. You got no argument from me at all. But what have we been saying? You've got to play your young players. You've got to play them. Once he put them out on the floor, you saw something totally different. Whether it's point guard, shooting up, whatever, you saw something totally different out of this player, because this is what we've been craving for.
Right.
This is what we've been craving for: an athletic player that has a feel for the game, and he has a definite feel for the game. And I'm telling you right now, if we go 3-0 within these next 3 games, we got Pacers, we have Sixers, and the next day we have Milwaukee. We might not win the Milwaukee one. I'm reserved on that. But if we go 3-0 against these 3, because of him, because of Emmanuel Quickley, I don't want to hear nothing else from nobody.
All I'm saying is
I don't want to hear nothing else from nobody, man.
Right.
It's not an overreaction. And the first game he played, not the second game of Detroit, but the first game against Cleveland, we're all saying, okay, well, let's see him do it again. He doubled it.
Right.
He doubled it.
Right.
So how much of an eye test do you need? And I don't want to hear the whole thing of, oh, it was just a G League team. Everybody wants to, and that's what I'm talking about. Everybody wants to throw doubts into how he played and who we played against. The last time I checked, this was an NBA team. The Cleveland Cavaliers was an NBA team, and not Tel Aviv or any of these other exhibition teams that come over to play us and everything.
Well,
this is an NBA team.
I agree with Guillermo, who is I think he's Legion of Knicks. That's him in the chat, right?
Right.
Yeah. I agree with him, but for different reasons. First of all, we complain about not being able to sign big time players.
Right.
Well, continue to treat continue to veteran players, continue to sign them to fair 1-year contracts to come and be a stopgap for you, and then put them on the bench. Other players are going to recognize that. They got relationship with the vets. You see the whole structure of the league from a pay salary was to pay rookies as least as possible to make sure vets had long-term careers. So you see what the mindset is of the NBA's Players Association. So I dare you to sign a bunch of vets, the cheap 1-year deals, to shove them on the bench. You have to give the vets a chance to start. So that's the only. So I agree with Guillermo, but there's a reason why I agree. He didn't say that per se last night. But here is the thing. We got to value what the season is about from an organization standpoint.
Right.
That is about development, the long-term building culture.
Right.
And I think you said, or he said it. Somebody said it last night. We can't get into the win and loss column right now. If we do that right now, I was so glad last night they started talking about the Atlanta Hawks and said, holy cow, this team is big time different from last year. The East is packed. So even if we fight for an 8th spot, it would only be an 8th spot, and we would get bounced early in the playoffs. That is not more important than the development, the long-term development of the players, and putting them in the best situation, putting them on the court at the best time. Now, why I'm saying Quickley is going to start, and I'm going to shut up here, is because teams, if you're playing, I'm going to keep beating this drum. If Alfred Payton is the starting point guard, and the other team don't immediately go in the zone to stop RJ from getting in the paint, to stop Randall from dominating inside, then you are idiots, because Payton can't do nothing if he has to just pass the ball out on the outside, on the wings. Because if he gets an open shot, the likelihood of it going in is slim enough.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I can dig what you're saying, but let me do this though. So this is a thing that I kind of wish Free Keith was here, because Free Keith got on me big time, and I think he swayed me. I think after I had time to think about what he said, I think I'm more leaning towards his stance than the stance that I was dug in on when he introduced what he was thinking about. Quickley is the truth, right? Quickley is legit. I don't care what other people say. Like leading the Knicks podcast, that's my man. That's my dog right there.
That's my dog too.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like we legit started this thing in the trenches together.
Yes.
Like trying to grind out doing joints, but I think he's wrong on this, right? Tom Thibodeau legit is telling y'all that Quickley is the real deal, right? He legit is telling y'all. He's been saying that before I got on the show, I went back because I said it yesterday, and I wanted to make sure the things that I was saying was accurate. Right, so I went back and watched Tom Thibodeau press conferences before I got on today. Right, so the first time Rebecca Harlow asked, she was like, "Yo, what's going on with Quickley?" You know, and I'm summarizing, and he was like, "Yo, he's one of the best shooters I've seen." Right. The next day, she was like, you know. What about Knox? She was like, you know, yeah, Knox is a good shooter when he gets a good shot. You know, he'll make them. Emmanuel Quickley is one of the best shooters that I've seen. He's doing well in practice, and he'll probably earn more minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you earn those minutes in starting game minutes in practice. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute. They asked about Knox, and it's ejected Quickley, right? So the next day they asked like somebody asked like, do you think Quickley is the point guard of the future, right? And these press conferences are not in sequence. I'm talking about the ones that I watched, right? So the next one I saw, Tom Thibodeau said, yo, I don't know if he's a point guard or a off guard. Right now, I think he's a guard, right? But he does a lot of things well. He's showing us a lot of things in practice. You know, so you got Thibodeau You got fans. You have fans saying no, he a flash in the pan, man. Let's wait and see. But you got Thibodeau, a proven coach, saying this dude is ready. You know what I'm saying? What else do you need to hear?
Who don't like rookies?
Who don't like rookies?
Right. Look, Tom Thibodeau legit at every opportunity is bigging up Emmanuel Quickley, whether it's prompted or unprompted. He's bigging up Quickley, right? And so, but then we have the pundits. The pundits are saying, let's wait and see. And I was in that group.
Why?
I was in that group. I was in that group. But the more I hear Tom Thibodeau, the more I'm thinking, like, we paid this dude a bunch of money for 5 years. He got to know what he's talking about. He ain't just gonna get up here and cap for nothing.
And Freezy, and I'm gonna let you finish what you're saying. He's not a Fizdale. Fizdale was chirp.
Right.
Chirp, and chirp some more.
Right.
With no real
substance.
Yes, no substance. Tibbs has got all the substance and then some.
Right. Tibbs don't do that. He legit, like, when they asked about the starting lineup, he was like, yo, we're gonna have this thing shake out in practice. You have to earn that stuff in practice, right? This is way in the beginning. Right. And then all of a sudden, you got Thibodeau talking about Emmanuel Quickley earning stuff in practice. You like, wow. And as long as I've been watching Thibodeau, I've never seen him big up a rookie like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Mostly it's always been the veterans, right?
Yep.
But from a man to talk that way about Quickley, I mean, come on. It's crazy. To me, I mean, I'm not saying that Thibodeau is calling him an all-star. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is this. I don't know Tom Thibodeau to shoot people to gas. I never saw Tom Thibodeau be a used car salesman. I never seen Tom Thibodeau be a snake oil salesman. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never been like, in my opinion, as long as I've been watching him, he always been like playing his cards close to the chest.
He's no Fizdale, exactly.
Yeah. He always plays his cards close to the chest. He like, yo, I'm not tipping my hand. But the look on it, the first time I saw him talk about Emmanuel Quickley, I saw the corner of his lips turn up, like he almost wanted to smile, but he didn't want to. He didn't want people to know that he was happy about the kid. I saw that. I was like, okay, all right, maybe there's something there. Maybe it's not. You know, we never know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For us as Knicks fans, we've been through a lot, and we've seen a lot and heard a lot. Yeah. So when he's talking like this, it's like, oh, okay, we'll see. I'm telling you right now, after his first game against Cleveland, I was like, yo, we might have something. After the second game against Cleveland, I said, oh, we got something.
You know what else he said? You know what he said? Know what else he said that makes me think that this dude ain't lying? This dude ain't playing the media? He said this is what he said out of his own mouth. When Kevin Knox takes good shots, he makes them.
Yeah.
Right? And all of a sudden, you see Knox getting good shots. And guess what?
Quickley's passing.
He was making them. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Do you remember the last one that Knox took? I guess on the right side when he kicked his foot out, he knew it was going in.
Right.
He knew it was going in.
The one from the corner.
Yes.
The one from the corner. He started skipping like the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that's what I gotta give Kevin W. Props for. Knox is a great shooter. He is his stroke at 6'9" is smooth. But he can't do much else. He can't get his own shot. Right now, he is a spot-up shooter in the NBA.
I think he'll start to get his own shot once the scouting report really comes out of him and say, yeah, you got to get in his face because he will not, because he will take that shot and make it. So I think once that starts happening, I could see him, trying to drive the ball a little bit more, because he can get that when his back's turned to the basket, he can get that shot off a little bit off of one hand. I've seen him do it, so he's going to get his and everything. Hey, somebody said, let me just see right here, this is White Falcon 44. He said, "Will Austin start over quickly?" No, he will not. Rivers will not start over quickly. I do not see that happening.
Right. Hey, Chuck B said, LOL, one game. So with Chuck, what I'm saying is Thibodeau said, think about this. I'm not going by some random YouTube personality. I'm not going by the thought of a YouTuber who's not in the Knicks building that can't see what's going on with the Knicks. I'm telling you what Tom Thibodeau said. Tom Thibodeau said, when Kevin Knox gets a good shot, he'll make it, right? Tom Thibodeau said that. And he also said that this Quickley kid is one of the best shooters that he's seen. He also said that this kid Quickley is earning it in practice. So that's what Tom Thibodeau said. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the chat, but most of these people in the chat are not in the Knicks building. They're
the
not.
Thing is, Freezy, they don't take all the information that's out there, plus what they see, and put it all together. And that's what you're doing for them now. You're not only looking at it manifested on the court, you're listening to what the coach is saying. That takes a real fan, that you don't just go with Clutch Sports says or any other of these clickbait channels. You go with the whole scenario. And that's the way I look at it, holistically. And so that's why they're not coming up with the analysis we're coming up with, Freeze. But time, here's the blessing. Time is going to tell.
Yeah, and I want to ask Tyrone, the champion. He says 2 games and a college career. Okay, Tyrone, what if we go 3-0 and he averages, between those 3 games, averages maybe 10 to 15 points, 10 assists, and whatever rebounds or whatever he gets? What will you say then?
They're going to tell you it's only 3 games, and they ain't enough.
Yeah, and I forgot to ask. I forgot to mention this. It's against 2 caliber teams in Philly and Milwaukee. What are you going to say?
They're going to tell you it's not enough games. Let's see it the whole season. And then if they see the whole season, here's what Knicks fans do. They won't mention it again. Next year, they'll be the biggest Quickley fans. They'll have his jersey. That's the only thing about the internet and blogs is that, and Freezy got on somebody last night. I don't know who he is. I think he had an idea we talked about, but he's right. He don't want to get put in a mixtape. He don't want to get no mixtape bars out. So stay away from. Listen, you just hit 1,000. Stay away from the drama. I'm with you.
Right.
But just like these analysts are, they're just going to change the rhetoric and act like they never. I seen it in the playoffs. You see it in the playoffs. Guys say, "Oh, such and such go lose." Everybody had Miami going out every round, and then they started talking about Miami had a legit chance to win the championship. That's just what these analysts and people who just type and talk for a living. Nobody holds themselves accountable.
You know who I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for that shrimp on ESPN to start getting on the Quickley bandwagon. But we probably won't see that until like maybe February or March.
Right. Well, you know what? The thing is that I'm trying to relate to Knicks fans is we need to stop depending on the national media to spoon feed us what they want us to believe, and listen with your own ears, watch with your own eyes, and make a decision using your own brain. You know what I'm saying? Tom Thibodeau legit stood in front of y'all and said Quickley is one of the best shooters that I've seen. And Tom Thibodeau does not have a history of hyperbole. He also said when Kevin Knox takes good shots, he makes them.
He makes
them. And then the next night, Kevin Knox went 6 for 7.
So I'll be honest, I'm not a big LeBron fan. I'm not a big fan of anybody not on the Knicks. There's maybe a couple of players I pay attention to on the side. I'll watch their games, right? I'm not even gonna call their names because they're not Knicks. But one thing I give LeBron James props about, the more the media tries to dog him, the harder he goes out there to prove them wrong. And when we get that group of Knicks, everything is going to change.
Everything will fall into place. Everything will fall into place. everything will fall into place.
Right.
But you got to build a foundation. So Leon Rose put all those people, whether it was Wild War West, the capologists, stealing Perrin from Utah.
That was big.
Yeah, stealing another guy from Cleveland. Rock out. Yeah,
Woodson,
Kenny Payne. Right. Getting Tibbs, getting Woodson, getting Payne, getting Payne, and then getting Bryant from Utah as well. The assistant,
Oh, do you watch that? Bryant stays in Tibbs' ear, and I'm going to be watching it.
Yes.
He stays in Tibbs' ear. I think we'll lose him soon. I think he's going to get a head coaching job.
The reason why.
But you know what though? He's sorry, Kev.
No.
Hey, Johnny Bryant is the associate head coach in New York. Yeah, so he's the man next to Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
So you know what I mean? So
exactly.
But the other thing I wanted to mention too is Johnny Bryant saw RJ go to the basket and miss a 2-footer, right? And everybody was out on the floor complaining about calls. And the next time out, Johnny Bryant went straight to RJ. You know what I'm saying? And looked him dead in the eyes. And I like a man. When a man look you dead in the eyes, that mean they mean business. You know what I'm saying? He got on RJ and RJ stopped flopping, throwing stuff up, and legit focused.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My man focused. He like, yo, stop coming out here trying to draw fouls. You a foot away from the basket. Dunk. If you dunk, you'll get the 2 points.
You'll get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I see it. Go ahead, Kev.
No, and what I was going to say also, going back to Quickley, do you see how he's able to get those fouls called?
Yeah.
So you missed the podcast yesterday with me and Freezy when I talked about how he went to the ref and the ref said you got to get your arms up to look like you're in shooting motion. He went back on the court, 15 seconds, drove to the hole, got his arms up, and went to the foul line.
Right.
Talk to me.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying about people legit feel like the Quickley hype train is leaving the station too early. I'm here to tell you that the hype train is real. When we drafted Quickley, I was like, oh man, who was Emmanuel Quickley? You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't get such and such and such and such?
Right.
And then like a week later, I was like, you know what? we got Walt Perrin. I forgot we had Walt Perrin from the draft.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's not like we did. So in the moment, I was like, the Knicks are stupid for not going, because like me and Ghetto Intellect was talking about yesterday. They didn't in a point guard market. They didn't go get nobody.
Right.
John Wall was traded. Westbrook was traded. Chris Paul was traded. A bunch of people. Ricky Rubio was traded.
Yeah.
A
whole bunch in a point guard market. The Knicks didn't go after nobody. So
I think Rubio got traded twice, by the way.
Right. George Hill got traded. Eric Bledsoe got traded. A whole bunch of point guards got traded. I'm like, why wasn't the Knicks in on any of this stuff?
They either got traded or they got they signed contracts. Because as far as it's kept, I wouldn't mind having DJ Augustine, as well. And he got.
I thought we would have had him at a minimum.
Right.
You also forget about Schroeder got traded.
Schroeder got traded. Right. But you know what though? The thing about it is, the Knicks knew something we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks knew something we didn't know. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, "Oh, the Knicks didn't make a move, blah blah." And I was with them.
Yeah.
And so the thing about it,
but like you said, we have Walt Perrin, so it's pretty much they knew what they were doing.
Can we respond to the comments? G.
Yeah, I was about to say. So G said, "Hey, G, that's a A. G, I love that letter G." So Freezy, you're not being realistic. IQ can play. But my problem is IQ hadn't played against real competition yet, but we can beat the Bucks let me be. So what you missing is all the stuff that I just said. You miss all the stuff that I just said. Nobody knows what Quickley can do more than Tom Thibodeau. Right? Nobody. It don't matter what we say in the chat. Y'all can say it's only been 2 games. The season hadn't started. Blah, 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 blah. Tom Thibodeau said Quickley is earning it in practice. He's earning it in practice. When they asked him about the starters, he was like, yo, we don't know who the starters are yet. Cats are fighting for it in practice. We'll see, right? Then he also said Quickley is one of the best shooters that I've seen. When asked about another player, right, he referred back to Quickley and said,
"You're borging a little bit, Freeze. You're borging a little bit. You're borging in and out a little bit."
Okay, all right. How about now? Is this better?
You're better.
Okay, all right. So Thibodeau legit said that my man is earning it in practice, right? And then you legit saw him come out and do it in the game, the first opportunity he got. You know what I'm saying? So don't and the other thing too is let's not act like Cleveland doesn't have good defenders. Okay, Garland and Sexton are trash defenders, but they're excellent offensive weapons. Right? Quickley shut them down. Quickley made them shoot 5 for 20 combined. Right? Quickley and whatever other guard was guarding them held them to 5 for 20. Right? They also have Isaac Okoro, who we think is going to be something special defensively. Right? They also had JaVale McGee out there, who was not a slouch defensively. Excuse me.
You okay? Freezy, here's what's more important. Those 3 guards you just named were drafted over 20 positions higher than Quickley. They were all lottery picks, all 3 of them. This man was drafted 25. I just don't know why we can't be excited about some potential we have. Are we saying that he's going to be an All-NBA? I'm teasing about him being Rookie of the Year. I'm just saying that the value we got, it is amazing value, some good karma. We have so much negative to talk about for over 25 years. Why not just be excited about something, Knicks fans, about the potential? Right. And let me say this. When RJ came out of camp last year, I said, oh my God, he's going to struggle. He shot like 45, 50% from the free throw line. His three-pointer wasn't looking good. But he went to the hole and got buckets. I said, okay, he's just a finisher, but he can't do much else. And that's how his season went. Right. So we can't say preseason don't matter. Right. And the thing that in fairness to RJ, and this is one of the first things he said when he got a microphone thrown in his face. RJ was hurt last year with a high ankle sprain. Right. We can't legit have the RJ Barrett rookie season conversation without understanding what high ankle sprain means to a player's agility, right? Because legit during the same time period, or right before that, I think before that, like a few months before that, Saquon Barkley, the running back from the Giants, had a high ankle sprain and he missed 8 weeks, right? RJ Barrett missed 2 weeks, played on it. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have, but he did. You know what I'm saying? He came back and played on. His numbers look trash. There's nothing we can do about that because you are who your resume says you are, right? So RJ Barrett can never undo those rookie numbers, even if the high ankle sprain is a part of the story, right? But we still have to say, is it me? Is my audio still messed up? It was going in and out. It like for 30 seconds it'll mess up, and then it'll go well for 2.5 minutes. Then it'll mess up for 30 seconds. So I wait to see how long it's gonna mess up. But when it corrects itself, then I just leave. I just leave you alone because I don't want to take you out your flow. Well, you know what? Let me we may need to. I may need to reset it. I don't want to do that, man. But it's one of the okay. So Q Falcone says I'm good. Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. There's nothing I can do because my internet is showing great. You know what I'm saying? So it might be the stream that we're using. I hope it's not.
Could be the stream yard.
Yeah, it could be. I may just have to use straight YouTube. So, or I may just have to shut up and let y'all talk. How about that?
No, man.
Hey, no, listen.
So I know that I know that Legion of Knicks podcast was trying to come on and everything. He said he was gonna come on in a minute, so waiting for him to come on.
Hey, Freeze.
Yeah.
Here's what I noticed. At night, you don't get to talk very much. You deserve time on your platform. That's why I come on here with the morning, just for you to have somebody chop it up. But I need them to know that you ain't just started a podcast and you all know basketball. You know basketball, my guy. So I want you to get your time too. So I have no problem.
Right, and then plus we have to have perspective, because the thing with me is this: I'm too old to be a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? You know, once you hit like that milestone age, you know what I'm saying, you start thinking about the grandbabies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So
plus your Achilles tendon gonna tell you something different too.
Yeah, and my back.
Your Achilles tendon or your ACL.
Right. And so the other thing too is I'm also a fan, right? Like I coach basketball, I played basketball, I've been a fan of basketball for a long time. But the thing is with me now, I'm just a person that wants to offer perspective, right? Because everything's not going to be perfect all the time. You know, so we're not going to get in a situation. And the thing is when we get something that's perfect, we need to realize in a moment that it's perfect and we need to cherish it. Kind of like this Quickley thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this moment in time for us is perfect. Like there's no pressure. The kid came out, he just had a good game. That's all we want. That's all we want to cherish is the dude had a good game. You know what I'm saying? He might be something. That's it. We're not saying that he's the next Clyde Frazier. You know what I'm saying?
My jealousy in every other franchise that wins championship. You always see a guy drafted from 15 to 50, and they become stars in the NBA. And I'm like, why don't the Knicks they get guys from 15 to 50 that play better than our 8th or 9th pick every season.
Every year, yeah.
And intellect, even if they may not be stars, but they're solid role players as well.
Right.
Solid role players.
And we get an 8 guy at 8. We expected to save the world, take us to our first championship in over 35, 40, 45 years.
Right.
And it'll never happen.
Exactly. What was Draymond Green? What was he drafted?
Second round.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He was 56. Kawhi Leonard was like 15, 16. We already talked about Donovan Mitchell today. I mean, there's a ton of players out there that either went undrafted or that's why I get excited about our draftees that say our undrafted guys that come to the Knicks. Yeah. You know, with Mitchell Robinson, RJ, and Quickley alone, and then Knox coming along, man, we have a bright future. But one thing we got to start talking about, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we got to talk about who we going to pay what, because these guys are starting to come up. Mitch's contract is coming up.
Did you see what Gobert is getting?
Say who?
Did you see what Gobert is getting?
Whoa! And then Donovan Mitchell got 190, didn't he?
Yeah, they done. They're done as far as trying to add talent. That's why I'm so glad we got Leon Rose and the capologist, because they ain't gonna do all that. There he is, Mr. I can't even say that. Division of Knicks podcast. The man, the myth, and the legend.
First and foremost, man. First and foremost, good morning to everybody. Kevin, Ghetto Intellect, Freezy. Congrats, Big Freezy, on the 1K. Again, this is the same guy. This guy was doing this show. I remember this dude was doing a show on, it was like a Saturday night. Dead Saturday night. He was doing this on Sportscaster, and he probably had about like 10 guys on there. And I said, yo, this dude's working hard for this. 2 hours later, this dude was still on. I said, wow. And I'm not saying that it was not good. There was literally almost, I won't say nobody in it. It was only like 10, 15 people in there. I said, yo, all right, this guy got something. And slowly but surely,
yeah, man.
once we started to get it, like talk about YouTube and all that stuff. So salute to Freezy, man. The dude's worked hard. Only thing I'll say, Freezy, is please take one day out of this week just to get a reset rest, man, because you are running on fumes, man. I don't want anything bad happening to you.
Right. I'm taking Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean, for the next 3 days he can't, because tomorrow you got tomorrow, and then Wednesday's the first game. So everybody wants to get their stuff in and everything.
Right. All right. Sleep at work. Sleep in the bathroom at work. Do something, man. You can find a way, man. Those are the best sleeps when you can sleep in it. Well, it's not necessarily clean, but back in the day, you just sleep in the handicap. And it has that bar. You can kind of just rest your head on and just do that. So
yeah, man.
Congrats, Freezy, man. Extremely proud of you, man. Extremely happy for you, man.
Salute.
Thank you.
So,
Secondly,
go ahead.
You want to say something about second?
Oh no, it's just good morning to everybody. Just
okay.
Yo, good morning to you. I catch you at night, homie. I didn't realize you got a podcast till last night. I'm gonna join that. Yo, Guillermo, you know your stuff, man. You really do. And you patient with Kevin W. Only thing is, you should have jumped on him when immediately he had that Klay Thompson and Kevin Knox. You were supposed to jump down him immediately.
Yeah, you let him go. I tried to stay up for that, Gil. I apologize and everything. That would have been a thing of beauty to hear that. You cannot do that. I'm sorry.
I tried my best. I said, hold up. Because it's not saying I studied the Warriors, but I look back, right? So I believe it was after I might get this wrong. Probably after his sophomore year. No. It may have to be his fourth year, I believe. Something few years up. Klay Thompson developed a post-up. It's like, if you watch the beauty of Klay Thompson, he is like, how can I put it? Who's he like? He kind of reminds me in certain ways like
Scottie Pippen.
In a way where his game, all right, if by himself, if you left him out on an island, right, he'll give you points, but it doesn't look special, right? So obviously playing with Steph Curry, but then you there's certain nuances to his game, how he plays it. He plays it to his speed, not necessarily, cross you over, catch you over. The post-up game, how he uses his size and leverage, the off-ball movement. The guy is one of the greatest. Y'all talk about Steph Curry being one of the greatest shooters. Don't get me wrong. Klay Thompson is one of the greatest shooters and how he gets it. And the thing that I think that's dangerous, what we do as Knicks fans, and I get it. We love anybody that's drafted to us, we love them, which is great. That means you're a family. You get drafted by the Knicks, we love you. But hyperbole is very dangerous because it muddies expectations, right? So now when we come in, Knox, Knox came in, gave us 6 threes, blah, blah, blah. But there's no context to how he got it, right? This is what I'm scared about with Knox, that if he's not shooting well, how else is he going to get it? And this preseason, and again, I'm not killing. When he was put in a position to shoot those threes in the corner, I'm hoping this season he comes in, he's giving me at least 36% from three attempts. I'm happy with that. But when we talk about his full development, right? We can't say, because he hit 6 threes or how many threes in a game, he's gonna be giving us that production all the time. Because there are gonna be games again when Knox cannot. The second game of the preseason, when Knox couldn't get a shot, what happened? He was forcing shots. He was looking not low of confidence, but he looked ineffective. His defense wasn't anything to write at home about. You know what I mean? So that's what I do when I'm trying to be. I try to be as objective. Now, objective is not sexy, right? I come in, I'm a Debbie Downer. It sounds like, here comes dealing with this. The thing about it is that I never say things that like try to destroy these guys. So look, as much as I say some guys may be low IQ, and that's the reality. Some guys are like DJ, I believe, is a low IQ player. You know what I mean?
Right.
I always try to say, when DJ was given good defense, I said, damn, this dude, at the very least, he's giving us good defense, right? So I try to give something that's like, all right, is there something to build up? I try because, bro, we can't sit here and say, okay, this preseason happened. We're gonna beat. Because I'm hearing people saying, we can beat Indiana. They got. I'm like, dogs. Indiana was one of the top.
Slow down. Yeah.
Okay, they don't got a bench like that.
It's going to be a dogfight for the next 3 games. It's going to be a serious dogfight. I guess what I'm getting at is I think we'll have a more disciplined strategy when we go to play these three teams. You're totally right. We might. There's a strong possibility that we'll lose these games, but I'd rather take Tibbs coaching his and his coaching staff than what we've been subjected to for the past few years and everything.
Any day of the week.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And to go back to Knox,
mm-hmm.
I guess what the only variable that I'll say for his success is the way he was getting those passes from Quickley.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like he got them more into the offense and got Knox, set better. He got him in a better position.
He got him in rhythm.
Right, got him in rhythm to get those shots and everything, and recognized that he was hot, so he made sure that he got the ball to him. Unlike unlike all the other point guards we have that was trying to get him get Knox involved. So I do agree with you. He has to show me in Knox. He has to show me a lot more, but the success he had, I think, was attributed to what Quickley was able to do for him. So
don't tell Kevin that he gets mad.
Yeah, and that's it. Put it like this, right? So we're going to be running triangle, right? And I saw this team. He's running a very, I don't say watered down, but very basic, right? So where you could spell out weak side and just play a 2-man game. I think that slowly but surely you're going to see the game, the offensive concepts become a little bit more nuanced as time goes. I think that what I want to see, right? If we beat the Indiana 76ers Bucks, I don't know.
That's what I'm getting.
If we beat, say, Indiana, right, or even those 76ers, right, I'd be like, okay, that's good. My thing is that I want to see how these guys develop within the system, right? So if we play Indiana and the 76ers first time, say we lose by 10, right? Okay. I want to see how those guys, all right, when we play again, right, how do we adapt, right? I also want to see, okay, how more versed they are in the triangle, because again, the triangle can be very simple, right? And it can become this complex behemoth, right? How the Bulls were where it was motion. Guys will move, you know what I mean? And that's what I want to see him develop. I want to see Knox be that guy, from the corner, come across like Mike Dunleavy, get that pass down low, put it up. I want to see these guys progress. So the first 2 days,
I got to ask you a question about the triangle when you finish. I got to ask you a question about the triangle too when you finish.
Nah, go ahead.
Why is it more? I won't say accepted, but why is it more playable now, especially for this team, than it was when Phil was here and he was trying to incorporate it with Melo and all of them, with Derrick Rose and all of them?
A few things with Phil, and this is an issue with Phil's reign, right? Phil wasn't necessarily wrong with his decisions, right? No offense, we probably shouldn't have drafted Frank, but outside of Frank, we had.
Here we go.
No. Because let's be honest. If I told you could draft Frank Ntilikina or Donovan Mitchell, knowing now, you're not drafting Frank. Let's just be honest.
I said that this morning.
I agree, but the thing about that also was people were screaming for DSJ and Monk as well.
That's also true. So here's the thing, right? When you do not have cohesion with your front office, right? From your front office to your coach to your players, right? A lot of players are going to look at them and be like, this is an ish show. I'm not going to curse, but this is an ish show. What are these guys doing? And they lose confidence. So it's going to be like, all right, I know this guy's a lame duck coach because the GM don't really respect him. And I know the GM, he might be out because he don't really want the job because Phil Jackson didn't want the job. They had to pay him twice as much, double his salary to be here. So when you have that, when everybody's not in one accord, this is why the Heat looks so good. It's not necessarily because of Butler's, I think, is a good player, right? But the owner, Riley, Spoelstra, Butler, young players, right? There's a beautiful hierarchy that everybody respects because everybody's on one accord. Now you have it with the Knicks. Everybody from the front office, at the very least, is on one accord. And another thing, a lot of these guys coming in, their NBA, or at the very least their Knick mortality is facing them, right? We can say as much as what we love with Knox. Knox and all these young guys were some of the worst players on the worst team, right? So it's not as if they can say, man, they can't pull a Bogdanovich, the one who came from the Kings. They can't pull that. Man, F this, man. I'm gonna go to another team because I know what I put up. You know what I mean? Like, look what happened. He had a bidding war. First, he went to the Bucks, or he's going to the Bucks, the Hawks. So the Knicks now, you have it where you have a coach with cachet. The GM is aligned with him. The coaching staff, right? Even though it's a kind of amalgamated coaching staff, they're aligned with him, right? So his word is bond. You know what I mean? Like it's coming. The top approves of it, right? So you have to perform, or you out. You can't pull a Carmelo. Not say Carmelo, things like that. And also Carmelo was hoping that Phil Jackson was going to come down and teach him and do him like he did with Jordan and Kobe. Sorry. But the thing about it is that, again, Melo did not have the intangibles that those guys had, being a hard worker, killing yourself on defense. You know what I mean? Melo just didn't have that. And Melo's a great
coming in camp in shape.
Yeah, and you see that, right? And this is why I say, and I know people might kill me for this because they say, "Oh, it's not I like this guy anymore in terms of talent-wise, right?" But the intangibles I see from a guy like RJ Barrett. Yeah, you need to surround your team with like-minded players who are go-get-em. RJ Barrett has only hit 1 3, I believe, this whole, or 1 or 2 threes this whole preseason, right? Obviously, but you've seen the strides he's made. He did that last year. This guy is, you know what I mean? And that's what the coach, he loves Bulldogs like. That's why he liked Jimmy Butler so much. You know what I mean? So RJ Barrett, I want to see how RJ Barrett, Obi, you talk about Quickley. To me, with Quickley, it's not necessarily talent. I don't get with Quickley. When you look at Quickley, right, you're never gonna say like, "Yo, bro, he's better than De'Aaron Fox individually." You would never say that. But what is he? He fits that system perfectly. He comes to shape. Oh, he comes to camp in shape. This guy's doing everything the coach asks of him, right? So again, when you have that voice, you know what I mean, the cachet, everybody's in the corner. Right. You can grab plays like a Quickley because he fits. Now you draft a guy like Frank, right? So here's the difference, right? You didn't have a coach who's truly going to get married to the triangle when you drafted Frank, right? Right. So Frank, and I'm not saying Frank is Quickley, right? But when you look at Quickley's game again, look at his scouting report. Good shooter, good off the ball shooter, could pass, do good things here and there, but it doesn't pop out to you like, bro, that's Booker right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the thing you have to have, and it's. Let me just say, I know you guys want to go. This is a scary thing, right? That's why I always say the players got to be self-starters because you're not guaranteed good coaching. It is a privilege to get good coaching. They're great players who've never had one good coach their whole career. So these guys better kiss the high heavens that they got lucky, especially if you're getting playing time. Like a guy like Randall, kiss the high heavens that you got a guy that might make you look a little bit more Jokic versus Corey Maggette. Because what we see in that last game with Randall, if you gave me that Randall every single day of the week, if you gave me that Randall last year, even if we didn't have the shooters, whatever, around him, right? I put money that team is better. And I put money if people would not kill Randall as much. I agree.
Right. Right. And so I think you didn't see that Randall last year because we didn't have the weapons. It's hard to lose every night and then still be put in a position where you got to trust guys that you know are not capable of making shots. You know what I'm saying? It's tough to do. It's tough to keep kicking out, doing the same thing. It's actually like what we say is the definition of insanity, like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't blame Randall totally for last year. I blame Randall in some instances. Like you pointed out some instances to me, and I was like, you know what? Reasonable minds can disagree, but in this situation, you were absolutely right. Like when you said RJ was in the corner clapping for Randall to passing the ball, there is no reason why Randall shouldn't have passed that ball.
There you go, because that's what I was going to say. He didn't help make nobody around him better either. He didn't trust them enough to make them better, and he had a responsibility for that as a team leader.
But we also watched Randall get iced out of a game where Ellington, Bullock, and Elfrid Payton were passing the ball to each other, running some weird 3-man weave in overtime against the Hawks, where we had a 6-point lead with 2.5 minutes left to go in the game and we lost. Why are y'all icing out Randall and Mitchell Robinson when Mitchell Robinson almost got a 3-second violation called to him because he was so wide open under the rim? You chose not to pass it to him, but you chuck up a 3 late in the shot clock, which leads to a long rebound and the odd man break the other way. You know what I'm saying? So we legit watched a lot of bad decision making, not just from Randall, but all across the board last year. You know, that Hawks game we should have won. There was no reason why we should have lost that game. Because Randall was the one that got us into that game, started cooking in the fourth quarter to get us back in the game in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Then we go to overtime and then you ice them out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy some of the stuff that we saw last year. So I don't completely blame Randall. But I'm saying what I'll do is I'll say Randall in this trial, Randall gets a not guilty, but he doesn't get an innocent verdict. He is not innocent. You know, he's just not guilty. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna give him a mistrial and put him back on trial this season.
Because he's definitely not innocent of the charges. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of it you have to take into context what was going on.
Can I ask you a question on this, Freezy? Doesn't it anger you a little bit, right? And I'm because people think I come out. It's not that I come out Randall. I think he's the biggest reason why we lost or were terrible last year, right? I watched Randall on those Pelican teams, bro. On the one Pelican, the 1 year he was there. 80 left. Oh no, sorry, 80 got hurt that year, right? Yeah. And I saw Randall be the point forward that everybody thought he was going to be. So he's not dumb, right?
Right.
Now, I get it. You talk about, all right, I don't trust this guy to make the shot or whatever, blah, blah, right? But it's not up to you, right, to get out of the proper basketball. You got to make the proper basketball play, right? It's up to RJ to be able to shoot. And let the team judge whether RJ, because if Randall's making the right pass all the time, I put money on it. People will be saying, yo, Randall's man underrated, bro. Like, this dude looks like a modern day Jokic. He's making all the passes. And he's got I put money on it. I would have probably been saying that. You know what I mean? So do you kind of just get mad at Randall like, damn, now you're doing the things, and we're happy that he's doing it. If he does it this regular season and it's effective, you know, it's all's forgiven, right? Well, for the most part, I'm still thinking to try to trade him off. But you know, does that anger a little bit that we've had so many players on this team that just weren't basketball responsible? If that makes any sense? Like trying
low IQ, like you've been saying, low IQ. They angered me all season. They played a little smart under Mike Miller. I got to give it to them. And they look more like a team under Mike Miller. But, man, the selfish basketball for the Knicks last year ticked me off. It was what I hated the most about the season.
But it wasn't just – so the thing is this. We have to look at the beginning of the season, everybody was trying to eat. Everybody was coming to the table playing selfish offense. It wasn't just Randall. When Randall started playing selfish offense, you know, Cats was like, legit, Randall is the cause. Nah, man, you had a veteran coming in trying to take over, and you had a hot shot rookie trying to do the same. Everybody wanted to be the one option. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Randall. Randall was averaging 16 and 8 and was probably the most balanced scorer of everybody trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? You got Mook coming in shooting like 50-something% from 3. You know what I'm saying? He hot. So when you call a play, as soon as the ball touch Mook, there is no more play. Mook shooting.
Okay, so two things with that. Two things with that. I blame Fizdale because in the beginning of the season, in training camp and probably in the summer, he told Randall that he was going to be the man, and B, he was going to be, you know, bringing the ball up every time, pretty much. So I blame Fizdale for putting that power and that responsibility on him.
But Randall was always that. Randall was always the guy that grabbed the defensive rebound and looked to push.
Okay.
Then he even all the way back to high school. We knew that though. Even coming into Kentucky. We knew that. Like,
yeah, but he even had him trying to initiate the offense as well.
Right. That was another thing too that I believe he should have put that in the hands of his point guard, whoever's going to do it, whether it was DSJ, whether it's Elford, or whether it was Frank. That responsibility should have been on him instead of Randall.
Fizdale committed a cardinal sin when it comes to coaching with that team. And what he did was that he did not define people's roles well.
Yes.
And from 1 to 15, that is probably one. Like the 15th guy needs to know his role just like the first guy. And Fizdale did a piss poor job of that.
Absolutely.
Good morning to you guys, by the way.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Fizzy, I dropped a video. I got a creative contact called Wide World of Hoops. I put on a last preseason evaluation on Quickley, and I hope you guys check that out.
Okay.
Hey, throw the link to it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I will. Yeah. I'm a little boomer to these days, so I forget about things like that.
So the thing. Okay. So I got like 6 points I want to make, and I want to make them one at a time, but I'm only going to do one. So to me, David Fizdale, cardinal sin was not the thing about the roles. That is one of them, probably and definitely in the top 5. I think the thing he did worst, and I keep pointing it out, is he berated the rookies and let the vets do whatever they want.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And you can see it. Like as soon as Frank Ntilikina sneezed in a non-sneeze zone, Frank was going to sit and get DMP'd.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like that the first year. I'm talking about the first year Fizdale, right? First year Fizdale. If you legit did something that he didn't like, you knew you were going to get like 4 DMPs in a row.
And he called it tough love.
Right. And so you like, how am I supposed to learn if I'm not playing?
Right.
And then you legit. And so all the point guards made a mistake, and you legit gonna run Mario Hezonja. You gonna give Mario Hezonja minutes at point, and then mess around and let Mario Hezonja get a triple double. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you remember that? Hezonja was trying to get the triple double. And so now Fizdale looking like a genius by accident, the accidental genius. Oh my God!
I see him wipe his face, man.
No, because the thing about too is that Fizzo was not consistent, and this is where I come to Frank's aid. Frank would make a mistake, he gets yanked out, right?
Right.
Randall makes a mistake, he didn't get yanked out easily.
Right.
You know what I mean? So again, when you do something like that, when you say you're a disciplinary, not say he said that, he didn't say it was this, but he tried to make it a meritocracy, right?
Yeah.
A meritocracy means that everybody goes to the meritocracy, right? It only works if everybody gets the same punishment. Hey, Juice Randle, you messed up, you got to come out the game. You can't be. Right. I know people hate Frank or whatever. I'm just saying, and Kevin might like this. You can't do that to a player. Yeah, Frank is messing up. Okay, you take him out, but you got to do that to everybody. So right. I'll give it to Frank. Hey, he was the only guy. I think he took the brunt of it compared to some other players where it's just like dogs.
Him and Knox.
Well, no, Knox's rookie season.
He played a lot his rookie season.
He played a lot. I guess what I'm getting at was what Freezy had said about him chewing him out and everything.
But what he did was beyond chewing out. Like what he did was legit grown man take this thing outside stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't legit. Frank. To Frank, he did the opposite, which is to me is worse. Like he played the cerebral mind game with Frank. Like Frank, if you really want to be good, you have to do such and such and such and such. And at the time, it's beyond Frank what Frank was able to do. How about he a project? How about give him simple tasks? You know what I'm saying? Frank, do this, and then once you master that task, we'll give you another task, and once you master that task, and so on and so on. But you can't say, Frank, if you want to be Magic Johnson, you should do such and such.
Somebody said it great in the chat. IQJ to him, he said Fizdale's a pleaser, not a coach.
Yeah,
right. Correct.
Yeah. Right.
And you know how he knew Fizdale was a pleaser? When Porzingis was rehabbing overseas instead of rehabbing in New York with that doctor they said is the best in the world, Fizdale legit went there and was like, please come back, Porzingis, and was taking pictures on the beach and all this stuff. Like, yo, come on, man. How you going, man? Look.
And then he trashed him a month later on his rehab.
Right. You got people who just don't. You got coaches, man, who they don't read the room right, man. And again, like, because he's trying to appease to star players versus being like, bro, we have protocol. Or are you doing this to kind of spike the team? Like, what are you doing out? You know what I mean? And this guy, Fizdale, says, hey, one thing. He says, hey, what's name's not going to start doing running. And I said, we're going to take it slowly. And then a-hole KP, I'm running. I don't know what they talking about, showing the track. And I'm just like, that's why it's like I get into who's Mark, because it's like, dogs, as talented as KP was, and the things that we messed up on our end, KP did not make it any better on his end. Right. Missing exit meetings, like, who do you think you are to miss an exit meeting? You haven't played not even
an All-Star yet.
With the Knicks over 500. You haven't finished one season with the Knicks over 500. Who the F do you think you are? Like, that's what I'm saying. The NBA is a talent league. I get it. But the talent should never supersede order. Because as we see with Harden's causing all this discord, all this chaos, and he's talent, right? But tell me one team that wants to trade for Harden, right? Well, maybe 76ers, right? But it seems like a lot of teams do not want to touch that radioactive player as good as he is. So don't talk to me about, KP, we should have rolled out the red carpet for KP to do this. Because what message is he teaching the other guys like RJ Barrett? Just assume, say RJ Barrett was here, right? If RJ Barrett was here, if Quickley was here, and they seen a guy like KP do whatever the hell he wants, when he's injured, he could go out and run and do it. Come on, are you serious?
Right. Nothing supersedes, and no matter what business it is, nothing supersedes order and establishment. Nothing. You have to have an establishment. You have to have order. Right.
Not actually, the Raptors and the Celtics have jumped in the Harden chase.
Say again.
The Raptors and Celtics have jumped in on Harden chase.
Oh, I don't see the Raptors doing that.
Yeah,
I don't see the Celtics doing that.
Yeah, he doesn't fit their cultures, bro.
Not at all.
Hey, he ain't no Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry. He is not no Kawhi Leonard.
I'll tell you this: if the Celtics acquire James Harden, Brad Stevens would be fired at the end of the season.
Wow.
Yeah, because Brad Stevens is the anti-Mike D'Antoni, right? Like legit to do. Like if y'all hadn't heard what Legion of Knicks podcast said about Jaylen Brown, y'all need to check that out, right? And if y'all hadn't heard like what I said about Jason Tatum, I'll tell y'all one more time. So Jason Tatum was struggling against the Knicks, right? Fizdale somehow stumbled on a defensive strategy that slowed down Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum was like 1 for 8 or something, right? So the Celtics call a timeout, right? Because Knox blows. The Knicks call a timeout. I'm sorry. Or one of them call a timeout. And so Brad Stevens goes to Jason Tatum and legit said, hey, man, listen, you're a second-year guy. Don't let this one bad game get in your head. You the future of the franchise. You know what I'm saying? We're going to draw every time out. Every time we get a dead ball, I'm going to draw up something for you so you can get an open look. And legit, through the course of the game, he dap up, pat him on the butt, all these things for Jason Tatum, right? Right. And so people are like, oh, man, he babying the young guy, blah, 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 blah. On the other side, you see David Fizdale screaming to the top of his lungs at Kevin Knox. He slammed the clipboard in the floor and break it. Caleb Canales like step in between them, and Fizdale walks around Caleb and still gets on Knox and is cussing Knox up one side and down the other.
I gotta look at that on YouTube. I gotta look at that.
Right. And so it puts you in a situation where you like, yo, Knox made a mistake. Why are you cussing at him, man? Why don't you? This is a teachable moment. Like, my man legit made a mistake. Why are you not teaching? Why are you cussing? And you keep looking at the vets and like, yeah, look how I'm cussing out the rookie.
You know what should have been a red flag? I remember when he first came in, like the press conference, right?
Yep.
They had asked him, like, what was something that you felt that you needed to carry over from Memphis into your new acquired position, right? Like, what did you work on? And his answer, and this is an ultra red flag, but his answer was, I had to become a better communicator. And I went, that's is that a problem? Yeah, that's a problem moving forward. Let me see. And then look what happened.
Right. Well, but why are you legit killing Knox over a mistake and not teaching him what to do when he gets presented with something he hadn't seen before, or
because
something
he's not a real coach. Because
he told you
he rode on the coattails of Spoelstra, who rode at the time more so on the leanings of Pat Riley. Right, this is a danger with these guys where you got guys like Shaka Smart at Texas, who should probably get an NBA job right now.
Yeah,
the guy did a bang job at VCU, but because he doesn't have connections, right? Because he's not, so-called, connected to some guy, or whatever. I mean, he might get a lame duck position where he has to lead some crap, do a Mark Jackson at the very least to keep a job. But a guy like Fizdale should have never gotten a coaching job. He's a career assistant at best.
Right.
Yeah, bro, you've been on fire the last 12 hours, brother. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Nah, I'm just look. I mean, I love basketball, man.
He's stating facts. Stating facts. That's all he's doing.
But the thing y'all are missing too is or the thing that we hadn't touched on. I won't say y'all missing it, but the thing we didn't touch on is how Brad Stevens protected his young player.
Right.
From all the outside elements. Like, he legit took all the bullets and let his young player live. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with Jaylen Brown. Like, he legit will take the bullets and let the young players live and develop on like so a lot of NBA players are hungry, right? But he legit will take all the bullets and the arrows, you know what I'm saying, just so that the young guys can become superstars. But Fizdale would turn around and look at the veterans like, y'all see what I'm doing? And continue to curse out Knox. And I'm like, yo, that is the softest, man. That is the softest. That's the most yellow belly move. You can't even, dog, you can't draw up a worse villain than that. You know what I'm saying? You killing your own guy with friendly fire and then looking at the guys that are under you and like, yeah, look at what I'm doing to the rookie. Man, that's some yellow belly coward stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And you saw, and I think Knox threw a shot at him in the preseason too. Like when
what did he say?
Did you see that?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
So did Mitchell.
They asked him about the current coaching staff, and he was like, "Yeah, unlike last year, it was such and such and such and such." He said or something. I can't remember exactly, but it was like a small little dig. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I read too much into it, but
probably deserved.
Yeah.
They asked the same thing with Mitch. They asked Mitch, what was the difference between this training camp and other training camps? What was the first thing that popped up to you? And Mitch came up and said defensively. He goes, we hadn't worked on, like in paraphrasing in so many words, what we're working on defensively this training camp, we hadn't worked on any other ones. So that tells you that.
So here's the thing that Freeze, you, Gilmore, and shout out to Ron from Cleveland. You said that coaching matters. You guys are preaching at saying coaching matters, and you're seeing that within these last 4 games, of the preseason. And if this is what we're in store for, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna be way 10 times better than what we've been. Not saying playoffs or anything like that, because I'm not thinking about that. But I think we're going to be well coached than what we've been.
Hold on, I want to interact with Jason in the chat. Jason in the chat said, "I knew Fizdale was done when he said, Moutier, I'm going to get you right."
Oh my God!
Yeah, that was strange when he said that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah,
that is the funniest comment. That's the Freezy. You got to have a Freezy comment of the day too. That would have won the comment of the day.
Yeah, that was the problem. Because right there, what you just said right there, that's telling Frank that I have no faith in you. Pretty much. That's what that's telling you right there.
Right. And so the thing with Fizdale, I think Fizdale did have a good idea on certain players. Like, I think he was kind of headed in the right direction with Frank, right? But at the same time, it's not the message that you want to send. It's the way you communicate the message that you want to send.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like when back in the day when two regions wanted to go to war, You know what I'm saying? They didn't send the long letter that was wrote. They didn't send the scroll. You know what I'm saying? They legit just started sacking towns, and you had to come defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? But when they wanted something peacetime, they sent the scroll. Like, these are the terms that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So Fizdale, with the stuff that Fizdale was doing, like doing Knox like that and doing Frank like that, to me, it was like two separate ways of doing the same thing, two different ways of doing the same thing. Like, don't screw with Frank mentally. You know, don't. I don't like that. Just
any player, don't screw him like that.
And then cussing out Knox just because Knox was quiet, a quiet dude. You just gonna legit start cussing at him because you feel like he don't have heart just because he quiet. You know what I'm saying? And in the hoods that I grew up in, the dudes that were quiet were the most dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But, I must say this. I think the move to Thibodeau was the Knicks franchise saying, listen, enough is enough. We're tired of experimenting with all this weird stuff. We're gonna bring in a dude that's absolutely proven. We know he's gonna have old school ways. We're just gonna revamp the entire development staff. We're gonna bring in scouts that know what they're doing. We're gonna bring in people that are good at relationships and relationship building, so that we can so that if we don't spot the talent, they can spot the talent for us and be on a good enough page with them where they'll exchange information. Because Steve Mills didn't have none of that stuff and wasn't looking to do it.
He didn't have no history of it. He's just Dolan's buddy. But let me say this: how many people wanted to give KP 158 million after you see the injuries, his injury career, the way we would be? Fans went crazy when KP demanded a trade. Oh, I'm leaving the Knicks. Those same fans, I would say, you know what, leave. Because if we'd have gave that man 158 million, you'd be saying, I'm leaving the Knicks. We always get, man, that's crazy how
he is yet to be healthy for a full season.
Did you know that KP never played in the month of April with us?
Really?
Porzingis never played in the month of April for us. Somebody said that to me. I don't know how accurate it is, but it sounds right. I think it may be March.
Maybe his rookie season.
No.
Hold on.
No,
he had the Achilles injury, right? Did he? He didn't finish that season. He had the Achilles. Not a tear.
No, he didn't finish that season. He got that in February. And you know what? I don't think he played in April. Well, nobody played in April, but he was hurt by February last year.
That is crazy, right? I'm not how accurate. I'm not for sure how accurate that is. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, we got.
But somebody told me that, and it blew me away when I heard it.
Hold on. Let me just check his splits right now, man. That's crazy. Hold up. That's the thing I also hate about Fizzo, man. When you told these guys, I mean, he did try to run plays and stuff, but it just didn't work because, again, he said these. Basically intimated that these guys were low IQ guys. But again, I don't know if you or Ghetto Intellect said it, but the best way to teach young guys, especially kids who come from no structure, is to give them structure. Give them a role. You put them in positions in a defined role. And then when they excel, then their talent's going to show through. Okay, Kevin Knox, you gave me 5 rebounds and you hit 2 threes today. 2 threes today. And we're going to have you do this every day. Like, not every day, but every time you're in, try to give me something around it. Oh, whoa, Knox is hitting 4 threes a game. Oh crap! He's rebounding. He got 8 rebounds. Oh, okay, Knox. Let's create some isolation sets for Knox. You know what I mean? That's what happened with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, I think it was either him or Popovich said, they gave him no a defined. Well, they gave him no defined role at first, right? They said, hey, come in, rebound, play good defense, and he did that. And they expanded his role. Then he started to be able to shoot the 3.
It's step by step.
All factual.
Like, I don't know these guys, man.
And the game got to look the same. There's got to be some things you do the same every game. It can't be free ball this game, free ball this game, which is why Guillermo. One of the things I haven't heard you address, and I want to talk about this with you guys. What do y'all think when teams go zone on us, and what is Peyton's value in the zone? I think that
decreases by 100%.
Huh?
I said it decreases by 100%.
Yeah. That's my only thing, Gil. And then you don't have no vet to go to after that. That's the only thing. If we go into a zone and we start getting broke down the first 5 minutes, isn't that going to force Quickley, or I don't see it, maybe even DSJ, because he has hit his shot, or Harper, isn't it going to force one of those young guards into the game early?
Well, put like this, right? So one thing that Payne does is that he can pass very well. Now, he holds on to the ball too much at times. The thing with Quickley that you like from Quickley, and again, I'm not sitting here saying that Quickley's going to start anything like that. Let's see what happens. But it does kind of push you towards, all right, let's see what we have in a guy like Quickley's one. In a zone, obviously, it's also going to come down to how Randall plays, because Randall has to play the zone breaker like he did in the last preseason game, right? Trusting his specialists out on the wing to hit those shots, right? Because they are gonna throw those zone looks, right? And you're gonna have Quickley up top. You're gonna have point guard up top, Randall in the foul, and you saw Randall and Mitch kind of kept switching between zone break at the foul and the box, right? If you go back to I'm doing a video. I'm about the video. But yesterday with Coach Color Blocks, he pointed out, and I was like, that's the same play I was talking about. That's a great example of Randall playing zone breaker. So it's up to Randall also play zone breaker, but yeah, it might push us to get a guy like bring a guy like Quickley. Now put like this, get onto like if our so-called if Bullock and Burks or whoever the guys are in the wings, if they're hitting shots, that takes less of a dependence on a guy like Quickley at an earlier date, because you have two space shooters who can break the zone and hit those shots, right? So the simple pass is just pass it to Randall, let Randall get it out to the zone, and then hit it maybe to Mitch on the block. If you have another, and Mitch pass it back out, right? You don't necessarily need a high-level shooter at the top of the key like we had with Quickley in Game 4, right? So Payton and points a little bit down. You can ease Payton up. You can ease Quickley into the game. Now, if we start losing, right, here's the dangerous thing. Or if we can't break the zone because our shooters can't hit, and it's like, all right, put in Quickley to come and save us. You know what I mean? I don't know what we have in a kid. Now, the kid, he has moxie. He might come and be like, oh, I love this. I love this pressure. And I'm gonna give you 3-4 threes a game if they, they leave me open in the zone, right? Or it could be, oh crap, we're playing against Indiana Pacers, and I got Oladipo and freaking, well, Miles Turner wouldn't play up. Oladipo and say Brogdon harassing me. I can't get my shot off. I'm getting flustered. You know what I mean? So it all depends. But I think that's like, I think Quickley is going to be like, like how in like cartoons they have the emergency case that they break, and they're like, we're kind of getting dangerous for how we're looking at Quickley. I hope he's not looked at in that such, but. Put like this, I think Payton's on his way out. Obviously, 1 year, $5 million, no trade clause. But he knows that he can't shoot, and it's gonna hurt when he's going 3 for 11 or 0 for 11, or 0 for 8 or whatever he did in that game that he had.
2 for 12.
2 for 12, and none of those twos were not threes. We all know that for a fact. So yeah, I mean they're trying to push on, but here's the good thing about the zone, right? For Quickley. To Quickley's point, or to his progress, you don't have to be a master point guard, right? To break the zone. You just got to make the requisite pass, right? So that's what's going to help him. If he makes it, this is how bad the Knicks' point guards have been. That we had guys, DSJ called, for all you guys that play basketball, please tell me once in your life, have you ever seen someone coach tell you guys to call a screen?
Never. I already know
against the zone. I've never seen that in my life. I've never heard of that in my life. You know what I mean? That's how poor our point guard intellect has been. Maybe outside of Payton's not a dumb point guard. It's just, he is what it is. But Quickley comes in, just makes a smart pass, he hits the three. He'll probably come into the system a lot earlier, but he'll probably ease into it.
Yeah, you can't call a screen over zone. You got to pass out of the zone.
Pass. That's the beauty. Yo, bro, get on to if I could tell you, and it's not to be racial, but people know what I'm talking about in the chat, man. I was ball, right? I usually play on a team with a bunch of athletic guys, right?
Yeah.
When we play, I know when these guys are gonna kill. You play these teams, right? These you work in corporate America or whatever. They don't look they don't look athletic, but they will rip you up with passing. And I'm not trying to be racial, but these white
and they hit open jumpers.
And they hit open jump, and you're looking up.
And their uniforms be dope too, though. By the way,
and you're looking up. And you're like, hold on. I was seeing this kid on a layup line. I'm faster than I could dunk on him. But it ain't about that. It's about here. Not to say we're dumb or anything, but a lot of times, our people, we love to go off athletic, and we're smart people. But you know what I mean. Now you have, and that's the thing with DSJ. DSJ, like Coach Color Blocks, salute to Coach Color Blocks. He lived his whole life off of the AAU circuit, right? Which said athleticism. Forget about your skills. And that's a lot of guys in the NBA, guys. Like guys who literally do not understand. They don't understand the game on a high school level, like not AAU, but high school. Where I've saw that you talk about you're coming to God or the moments where you know it's over for somebody when DSJ called that screen to get Mitch to come up in the zone. Mind you, two things. He called the screen, right? And then Mitch cuts to the basket, back to the basket. DSJ sees a double team coming. He could not make the pass to Mitch. That's when you know it's all right. Come on.
That's why I don't like college basketball that much. And I got a nephew that plays for UConn. And I just watch his games and I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. And he is a good player, but he shot 2 for 10, 2 for 13, 2 for 15. I'm like, oh my God, they'll ruin his career up there. They do not know how to break the zone. I ain't gonna call his name because I'll get in trouble. But that coach at UConn, man, my goodness, man.
Someone said you can call the screen against the zone. Let me tell you something about that. When you're talking about Coach K, Patino, all those guys, they have uber talented guys who can probably drive and slash against most zones, especially in college, right? When you're talking about the tenets of a zone, it is mostly passing. Like that's how I learned it. Now, if people learn it where you could screen that stuff, and I've seen Coach Calipari, but again, I mean, Coach Calipari's talking about that you could zone, right? I don't know why it seems like he can't do it now with his team only with one win. So again, Coach Calipari is probably more so Kenny Payne who's coaching that team. But to me, when I've seen it, zone breaker, it was mostly predicated off of passing. Now, obviously, you need shooters, and that's probably what he's talking about. Where
he's talking about screening for a shooter. So maybe the shooter goes to the corner, and you whip it to the other side, and somebody screens the man who would be jumping out on your shooter. That's the only thing he could be talking about.
They also run pin downs too to the corner, so it creates a 2-on-1 on a certain side. So you could do that as well.
But you ain't screaming the drive to the middle of the zone like DSJ was trying.
No, absolutely not.
And to get a thing and they put a bow on the Porzingis thing. So I look back at all the stats. So Porzingis played one game in April in his entire career. He scored 28 points. So he's only played one game in April. From April moving forward.
Just to say something about DSJ real quick about his low IQ. You're taught that when the double team swarms at you high on the perimeter, you're taught to escape dribble, to open up a passing lane, or to move around the double team. He stops the ball right away. And he just gets stuck, and then he's there trying to pivot for an angle for the pass. That's very low IQ, bro.
Right.
We taught that in high school.
And
What's up, fellas?
And the guy, the next level of the zone sees
that good, Ron. Good.
And they jump out. They jump out, pick that pass off, and they on the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in there, man, getting my workout on my elliptical, man. I saw you were still on, so I was like, hey, let me go ahead and jump on in here, man.
Oh, he don't look the same without his Cleveland gear. I had to hear without his Knicks gear. Cleveland, what's up? I had to hear your voice to know that was even you.
Yeah, man. What's up? Hey, Freezy, man. Hats off to you, boy. 1,000, boy. That's a milestone.
Hey, we did it in like 37 days.
Man, that's powerful.
That was a struggle, man, because we did it like
unreal.
We were doing videos, live streams twice a day, staying on social media, and I'm sure people have done it faster. But I'm saying for us having a product that's so different, because people legit see it like when they first click on it, and then they hear all this stuff going on at once. It's like, yo, wait a minute, what is this? But the thing that I'm most proud of, more so than the subscribers, is the fact that when people click on it, they stay. You know what I'm saying? I think I have I don't know what everybody else's rate is, and I really don't care to talk about other things because that's their babies. But for this one, the fact that people click on it and stay and watch it for a good little bit, that makes me more proud. That makes me think that when people find it, they feel like they right at home with it.
Yeah, retention is a lot, man. Where you can keep people's attention.
Yeah, man. Like they legit come on and they see all this stuff going on and they don't, don't click away because people can get a lot of views, but having sustainability is the thing that I prefer. Like
That's what makes a great MC.
Yeah.
Amen. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm happy to be on with the night crew, baby. I feel special. Yay, I made it.
Hey, shout out to you, man. Hey, I'm listening to all you guys, man. It's like going to school, man. That's the one thing I love about Knicks fans. You ain't gonna pull no wool over the Knicks fans' eyes, man. We know when we see, like I always say, man. We know when you playing right. We know when you ain't. We know when you hustling. We know when you slouching. So hey, that's why I'm glad we got that captain in that chair, Mr. Thibodeau, man. Boy, I tell you, hey, like they say, the old saying, say good things come to those who wait, man. I've been waiting on this guy for a long time, man. I felt eventually one day we would get him. I'm just glad we got him now.
I've been waiting since '96.
Oh man. Please don't bring up the glory years, man. Do not bring
You know
up
what,
the glory.
man? I think we got spoiled back there. I think I brought that up last night. I said, especially, I'm a Dolphins fan, man. When we had Marino, and we was winning and winning and winning, you take that stuff for granted, man. Then when you start going through all that losing, you start looking back and be like, man, you know what I mean? I wish we still had it like this. You don't realize what you got till it's gone sometimes. But but the Knicks gonna get back to it, man. We gonna get back to it.
Yeah, man. We definitely gonna get back to it. I think what we don't realize, and because in real time, a lot of stuff escapes us because a lot of things are going on at once, right? But in real time, we're not recognizing the fact that we have put championship pieces in place. And it doesn't mean we're going to win a championship. It just means that we're farther along down that road of winning a championship than we used to be. Right now, I know you can't win a championship until you make the playoffs. And I know you can't win a championship until you get in the playoffs and get battle tested. And I understand those things. But when you look at the requisite parts of a championship team, like do you have a rim protector? Do you have a rebounder? Do you have a lockdown defender? Do you have a floor general point guard and those type of things? Do you have a guy that can get you a bucket in crunch time? Do you have a coach? Do you have a coach that you feel comfortable with? That's a good execution of game plans. Do you have a good coach that's crucial on the whiteboard in clutch moments? So while I feel like we may not have all that stuff, we do have some of that stuff. And that's with that being said, that makes us a lot further down the road than we used to be before. When we used to, because at one point we used to have Cole Aldridge playing center for us. Remember Cole Aldridge used to score buckets for the other team.
With the missing teeth.
He used to try to do tip back to tip it into the other rim.
Yeah, he gave a lot of hustle. If you could be a superstar and hustle, he'd be a superstar. The guy hustled.
Yeah, and the other guy, Jason, whatever his name. What's the other guy that they used to rotate with him? Jason
Smith.
Jason Smith. Yeah. Jason and Kevin Seraphin. We used to have a center named Kevin Seraphin.
He was okay.
He was decent. He was very decent. Yeah. He wasn't trash.
Yeah.
Freezy. We talked about this last night, German. You remember, man? We were saying all the different storylines with the Knicks right now that we ain't talking about. And I don't think we as a fan, man, have really had like a show, man, where we've taken time to really look at our coaching staff, man. Like from top to bottom. Like we've been talking about these players
today a little bit. We touched on it today a little bit, but we didn't go into personalities, but we did touch on who they were. But I real quick before y'all do that, I want to tell y'all had last night's show was amazing. And let me tell y'all what my best point was. Y'all went through 6 good teams that's going to make the playoffs that you felt like locks. And then y'all talked about the other 2 teams that made it. But then y'all said, hold on. And y'all took a peek at Atlanta's roster. And then y'all realized it's going to be very hard for us to make the playoffs this year, even if we was to have a successful 30-30 win season. So that's what I hope the coaches and management keep in perspective, that let's use this year to really develop and not just be win whores. Let's do a little bit of everything. So that was a great show.
Yeah. It's about developing the young players, developing the culture, and being competitive. We do that. That's a great season for us.
And developing don't mean. I know a lot of times everybody a lot of people want to associate developing with winning games, But you might develop, and we might not win too many more games than we won last year. But
Exactly.
when you can look at the product on the floor and you say, you know what, I know this team is playing the right way. I know they're headed in the right direction. It's just a matter of time, man. And to Fiz's credit, man, I was listening to his interview, and Rebecca Harlow had asked him a question about when.
Yo, Ron, you broke up.
Started the preseason, found. Can you guys hear me now?
Okay, try now. Try now.
Yeah, when she asked him about, his plan for the preseason and if he was, happy with what he's seen this far, he said you're never satisfied. I asked him if he was satisfied. He said, nah. He said, you're never satisfied. He said, I don't think any coach really in the league is ever satisfied. Right. So to hear him say that, man, because I truly believe that this Knicks team going to possibly be a top 10 team in the league in defense. And that's what I'm really looking for, man. If we can get back to playing defense, and that's the thing. When we look around the league, man, teams don't really play defense. Let's just be real. A lot of teams don't play defense. You can't even really call out top 15 players on on-ball defense in the league like that. You really can look at it and say, okay, I know this guy. You could just reel off 15 players. Right. Them days are pretty much gone, man. There's a handful of guys that you can say, okay, this guy's a lockdown perimeter defender at his position and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's really, I think we're going to really be a top 10 team, man. Just looking how they play in defense. If they keep it up, man, and play the main thing for this team, with them being so young, they got to pay attention to detail. And that's what's killed us on the defensive side for so many years, man. Attention to detail, man.
I think the coaching staff would take care of that.
Ron, why do you see us being a top? Because I'm not sure I'm taking that leap yet, regardless of being a top defensive.
I'm just going based
I think
on
we'll
what
be
I'm
better
seeing right now with how they play.
We'll be better,
and holding teams under 100. I know they ain't gonna do that every night because you got some killers in this league, man.
I could. Yeah, but we did play Cleveland and Detroit.
Yeah.
Right. And there were a bunch of errant passes. They were just tossing it up, and we were getting. I mean, you get the steals, and we were playing the passing lane good at times. The ice defense with DSJ played really well. Peyton in the first game or so played really well, but again, top defensive team because remember Mitchell Robinson is still lacking a lot of defensive fundamentals, right? I know no one was going to play, but we looked at Mitch Robinson like, oh, he's making improvements. Like, well, he also didn't play against a strong low post presence like Drummond in that last game, right? And then when he did in the third game, he got abused. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping we're going to become a better defensive team, but here's the thing about those Chicago Bulls teams. I don't remember their defensive rankings per se, but those teams had veterans who, again, and they were talented veterans. Luol Deng, Green D player. You had Boozer's okay. You had Jakim, who was an MVP, top 5 MVP candidate. So they had talent at defensive, for defense, right? And when you look at how, I'm just saying, I mean, you could coach up a team, but a top 10 defensive team, you still need talent that's starting and be able to play defense on that high of a level.
I think when I say top 10, though, I think realistically being the 10th spot. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you. So Ron, let me ask you this. So what makes you think a team that was ranked 18th in defensive efficiency can jump into the group of 10 or better, that and not accounting for just the coaching? Do you see a personnel move, or maybe or like what do you see aside from Thibodeau? Because I think coaching probably moves you up like 5 spots, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at coaching. Where did we finish last year?
We were bottom 5, I believe.
No, we were 18 in defensive.
You telling me we was 18
overall defensive numbers?
Yeah.
If we was 18th with that coaching last year, you telling me Tibbs and even bringing in a player like Quickley that can cause problems, having Frank still that can cause a problem, giving them a role to say, hey, we don't want you worrying about nothing else. We want you locking up guys. That's your benefit to this team is defense. So
you're saying assigning roles. Okay. But that's part of the coaching stuff though. Did we add personnel that you think improve?
Think about it. You got who else we brought in this year? You brought in
Obi Toppin, and his defense is not
But we got who else we brought? We got in Doc Rivers' son,
Alex Burke.
Yeah.
He ain't no slouch on defense neither. We got who else?
I think he's like an okay defensive player. I don't think
Yeah,
Brooks
he's not he's better
He's
than Knox
decent.
defensively right now. Nerlens Noel, that's another one.
Okay.
Julius Randle right now is playing that Kentucky defense. Julius Randle, so he looks totally better.
Come on, this is
you don't think? Hey, Guillermo, stop living in the past, man.
I'm not living in the past. I'm just saying.
Give the guy his credit right now how he's playing.
No. We have to be objective, right? So again, you can't just say to stop living in the past because guys
happening in the present still.
Defensive stalwarts like overnight just because of new coaches. Like most of these guys, like Coach Colorblock said, you know, after a certain age, you are what you are. Now you can get better here, and I don't necessarily agree with all players. And obviously, he didn't agree with all players either. But let's not sit and say because Randall played good defense in 4 preseason games that all of a sudden he's going to come this year and be different from what he's been for the past 7 years he's been in the league.
Guillermo, I got to disagree with that, man. Randall got sorry on defense once he came to us, man. That guy was not trash at the league.
No.
He wasn't trash.
He's always been a suspect defender.
Wrong. I watched the Pelicans games. He was just as inconsistent on defense as he was with the Knicks, as he was with the Pelicans. Those Pelicans teams, you see him jogging back. This guy's not getting. When he got out the game, that team played with a lot more pace. He was not that good.
Ron, I'll even show you from preseason footage on how he just falls asleep watching the ball and leaving open shots, not picking up the screen, just being in a super drop when he's supposed to be hedging. But he has a lot of them. That's my point.
But overall, how he's playing right now, I give him kudos. And we ain't just dependent on him, but we know Tom like to run that team defense concept, man. And from what we're seeing right now, with the way this team is playing team defense, everybody seems to know what they're doing on the floor.
All right, but Ron, what I was asking is this, like, so the last time I checked, right, the Knicks finished 28th in offensive efficiency and 18th in deficient efficiency, right? If you speculate that Tom Thibodeau is going to give the personnel a boost defensively, you know what I'm saying? A reasonable expectation would be 5 or 6 spots, right? Maybe to 12 or 13, right? If you add Austin Rivers, who defensively has good defensive metrics against star players, but we don't have the full numbers for him. You add Nerlens Noel, which means you may have rim protection for 48 minutes. But what else did you add? Do you expect Reggie Bullock to maybe bounce back?
You know Reggie Bullock is a solid defender. I mean, he's a 3-and-D guy. You got who's the other kid? I was just saying. Of course, we talked about Burks, but it was somebody else I was just sitting there thinking about.
Frank Ntilikina.
Yeah, he's a defensive.
Hold on, Ron. Excuse me. What did you say, Freezy? What did you just say, Freezy?
He said, "Oh God."
You see, this is what I like about Freezy. Freezy's not slick. That's how he's smiling now.
Yeah, I know.
This is the same guy. When I said, bro, he got him. Yo, that can't be putting that on youngsters like Knox. I'm like, but Freezy, you literally spent 30 days talking about Frank is such and such, right? Then he says, no, hold on. I caveated by saying he could be our Bruce Bowen. Okay, I was like, you know what, Freezy? I heard what you said. Go back to the old Freezy and it's on Frank. Come on,
Freezy. That's not what I'm doing. And then plus, I'm not moving the goalposts, right? I'm not moving the goalposts. What I'm doing is acknowledging that so you're only gonna have one or the other. You're only gonna have Quickley or Frank. You can't have both. You can't. Thibodeau.
Frank ain't gonna play the point guard. You're gonna have Quickley out there, and Frank gonna play the off guard.
Frank is never playing point guard
on the outside, on the perimeter. And let's not.
He's not.
Hey, another thing, fellas. Let's think about this too. These guys that we had coming back this year, they look improved on defense. Let's be real. Even RJ wasn't no slouch last year. RJ is even better defensively.
RJ is a very good defender.
Exactly. Better than advertised coming, because they was trying to say he was going to be a terrible defender coming into the league, which I laughed at because I've watched Duke in North Carolina. I'm a Carolina fan. So I knew that was a lie. DSJ can't run a team, but DSJ defense is getting noticed.
But Ron, I'm not knocking Frank, man. What I'm saying is Thibodeau's not going to be playing 12 or 13 guys.
Hey, you know what?
Frank's not gonna
I
get a
bet
lot of
Denver.
minutes.
Tibbs said
Frank's out of the rotation.
Said he's gonna go deeper. He talked about that.
Well,
He said this schedule and this
And
COVID
if one of those
stuff
other guys is getting cooked, Frank coming in the game.
Frank coming in. You can bet.
you
You
know-
can
so
take
you
that to
know-
the bank.
So you know for a fact that Alfred Payton and Austin Rivers are going to play, right?
Alfred Payton. I think Alfred Payton will be that eventually he's gonna be that emergency third string point guard behind Quickley and Rivers. I think that's what's gonna happen with
over DSJ. Over DSJ.
I'm gonna tell you,
DSJ going deep to the
I'm gonna tell
bench.
you why, Freezer. You know why? I would see DSJ quicker than I see Alfred Payton, and I'm gonna tell you why. Alfred Payton can't shoot at all, man.
I know.
DSJ hasn't proved that either.
Guillermo
Ron
gave you the reasons he's important. You got to trust what. I trust what
I'm
Guillermo
getting ready to
said.
get to it. I'm just pointing out the flaws of shooting, but the guy can run the offense. He can rebound. He can pass.
See, this is what I needed. I needed that Knicks at night flow in the morning, baby. Thank you, fellas. I gave you the same energy. Thank you.
But the thing is with him, man, is he gonna put so much stress on your offense because he can't shoot. That's why Julius Randle gonna have a ton of turnovers if them two on the floor together. That's why other players gonna be getting the ball late in the shot clock and stuff. Man, did you watch that last game of how many shots he took with the shot clock running down? He was
we talked about it this
running
morning.
back the other way because he knew it wasn't going in. I don't
But
want to see that.
Guillermo said, which was solid, he said there's going to be so many other shooters on the floor that he's going to make a good pass and get the hell out of the way, go hide somewhere in the offense.
That's basically it. But again, look,
Guillermo, that's a good one. He going to hide.
You know what?
He going to have to hide.
I rather look, Ron. Me personally, I rather quickly come off the bench, right? And in those 25 or 20 to 20 minutes that he played, 20 to 25 minutes he plays, right? He comes in and blows out, whatever his role is. Obviously, it's probably going to be, shooting, playing off the ball. That he blows that out. So now you have it where there's just no. It's not like
unanimous.
We brought him into the starting lineup. He struggled or anything like that. And I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying
I got you.
I'd rather him come in to a role, right? Right. So now it's and also there's no people, and salute to Udi Mack, who was in here last night. You can develop from the bench. A lot of players develop from bench roles. Like there's nothing like let's not sneeze at a bench role because again, one, you're coming in cold, right? So you're really learning how to play when you don't have that, your blood is not flowing. You got to come in, and you might be coming in where a team is on a 10-0 run, and you got to stop the bleeding. There's a lot of contextual things you can learn from coming from the bench. Now, obviously, you want quickly to slowly become a starter, right? But let's not poo-poo at it, right? Even if Kevin Knox, he comes in and he gives you, Kevin, man, they're killing Peyton right now. Not saying they told him, but hey, they're killing Peyton right now, right? But he can't get a pass off, and he's not going to shoot, right? Whenever he gets close to deep in the heart of the defense, they collapse on him, and they know he's not going to shoot. We need somebody to help space the floor out. Come do such and such. You know what I mean? I'm just making it up, whatever. But again, there's no shame coming off the bench. Again, that's why I'm not looking at it as wins. Do I want us to go to playoffs? You're damn right. But I got to be realistic about it. And the most realistic thing or upside or whatever is development. I want to see.
Yo, look at that comment on the screen, yo. That is hilarious.
Oh, Nate Robinson.
Oh, no.
Come on.
And what or not our. But hey, Guillermo, I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I tell you this. With Quickley, if he ain't starting, you know it'd be a perfect role for him if he ain't starting. The perfect role for him would be a 6-man.
Who, Quickley?
Yeah, if he is not starting, because you want somebody. Normally, a 6-man is somebody who can infuse instant offense.
Yeah,
y'all gonna get. Do you want Quickley to be in that role? Oh, sorry.
We only gonna get either you gonna get Frank or you gonna get Quickley.
Frank ain't gonna be no 6-man. I think you go with Quickley, and I'll go with Quickley in that 6-man role because Quickley can still run the team. He can do everything you need to do. He'll go against the second unit, but he gonna give you that firepower you need that you got coming off that bench.
Let's be realistic, guys.
I was saying, and I know y'all are gonna say, well, how do you just assume that they'll play DSJ over Frank? Well, when they played DSJ and Frank together, DSJ played the point and Frank played the off guard.
Yeah. No, Frank's not playing point guard no more.
No, I don't think he's playing. I think if he do it, it'll be emergency situations somebody get hurt, or we may be blowing out a team so bad that Tibbs may want to experiment a little bit with this lineup to see how this would look going forward. But I don't think he's going to be – his days of just being a point guard for the Knicks, I don't think it's going to happen.
So here's a quick question. 10-man rotation. So I wrote it down.
By the way, quick question.
In no particular order. It's Elf P, Emmanuel Quickley, DSJ, Austin Rivers, Alec Burks, Reggie Bullock, Kevin Knox, Nerlens Noel, RJ Barrett, and Mitch.
You didn't say Obi Toppin.
Oh, I forgot about Obi.
I'm telling you, what are you doing?
I forgot about Obi. That's 11 people.
Hey, imagine Obi in that second unit with Quickley. You know what I mean?
But let's be realistic, guys, and especially how we're opening up the season. How many games do we really see Peyton starting overall, even if he does start opening night? Like, let's be realistic,
I don't see him lasting long.
Me either. If it happens,
no.
But I'm going to trust what Guillermo's saying. If it works with Guillermo's saying, then he will start every game. And I don't think it's going to happen.
Wait, Guillermo, what's your starting five with Peyton at the point?
Starting five would probably be RJ Burks, Randall, and Noel.
Noel, right?
But again, It's not. This lineup may only last for 5 games.
I think even less.
That's why I'm saying the starting lineup. Payne might only be in there to start out, you know what I mean? And then you bring in a guy like, bro, I don't even, to me, the starting lineup right now, I know it's all the glamour and glitz, and Quickley might have it by next year, or he might have it by sooner. 20 games this year. He might have it by 15 games. The thing with Quickley is I want Quickley to get off to a productive, fundamentally sound start. That's why I'm saying I don't think he should be a 6-man. I think it's like, the thing about it is that Thibodeau uses guards. They don't really have a 1-2 type of title. He just has guards.
Yeah,
he can run the triangle. Not really, you know what I mean? Like when he had Derrick Rose, that's different. Derrick Rose was just the talent. You know what I mean? It was just absurd. But
he's phenomenal.
He just has guards. So again, with Quickley might come in. No pun intended, I guess. He might come in quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look at it like that. I think Payne's there to start to allow him to slowly ease himself in, and then once Quickley's ready, Quickley can probably take the role. But again, this is what we gotta be careful about. NBA regular season,
totally different animal.
Preseason is baby cakes.
So let me start. So I'm gonna start Fight Club, right? I'm gonna just go ahead and start Fight Club right now. So everybody just get on their guard because I know we about to fight for the next 50 minutes, an hour.
Cornerstone.
Right, because
what's going on, Ron from Cleveland, the man with the plan. But I have some got to take you to task a little bit, Ron. You was letting me down, man. I saw the broadcast on from Saturday, at least bits and pieces of it, and I was seething. My mind was about to explode.
Let's go.
Disrespect y'all was causing that y'all was showing Frank, man, how he's gonna be on the plane and everything. I'm like, yo, is this Ron saying this, man?
Frank's on the plane. Frank's on the plane.
Like, no, I was.
Hey, you breaking up, corner.
How about now? Am I breaking up now still?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
You good? I hear him. He sounds good to me.
Yeah, he's fine.
Sounds good to me too.
Yeah. Let me just bring up some things here.
Oh Lord.
He got stats. He got receipts.
Because I was typing them out because I was listening to everybody. I was like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
All right, here it is. He had no development whatsoever when he got.
Oh no! Don't start that same recycle argument.
Hold up, please. Hold up.
You about to say he had 16 coaches? You gonna say
he had 3 presidents? He had 3 presidents in 3 years. Where was the stability? He had 4 coaches in 3 years. Again, where was the stability?
This is Frank, right?
I'm out of here.
Now, hold on.
Ron's gone. He's gone.
Where'd he go?
He didn't want to hear that shit.
He might be back.
I'm sorry, Freezy.
He had Ramon Sessions, Jarrett Jack, Emmanuel Mudiay, Trey Burke. There he is. I thought he was. I knew he wasn't going to run. That's my man, Ron. He ain't going to run away from nobody.
Nah, hey, y'all was breaking up so bad, and I know I got Verizon. I'm on my cell phone right now. I ain't at my computer, but I'm like, I know I'm paying good money for the best. You know, Verizon don't supposed to be breaking up, so I let me go out and come back in. What you were saying, because I missed a lot of it, man. I don't run from nothing.
Yo, Ron be talking slick, boy.
I'm gonna go from B because A was he had no development. Freeze didn't want to hear that, so I'm gonna just go to B.
You said I was disrespecting Frank?
Huh?
When you first started.
When I see you agreeing with Chuck and I forget the other guy that was on there. He looked Asian.
Udi Mack.
Yeah, him. I said, yeah, that's a problem. That's gonna be a problem right there, man.
Hey, Cornerstone, I'm gonna tell you now. This the one thing I did agree with Chuck on, man.
Wait, look at the comment on it. Look at comment Freeze he put up. That's dirty.
Frank is oh my goodness.
Someone put Frank is a 6'4" Eduardo Nahara. Come on,
hey, but what I was saying, Cornerstone, the main thing with me, it ain't about Frank's talent. I know what I see in him defensively. I love that. My biggest problem with Frank, and I'm mad about it this year, is his inability to stay on the court. If you ain't the best ability in sports, and then I this over and over, man, is your ability to be on the floor or whatever arena. But if you cannot stay on the floor, you have no ability. And every year, this is happening. And to me, that signals that you're not conditioning properly.
But here's the thing. Was he out for an injury or was the coach keeping him out? Because remember, when they want to rest people, they can't use the word rest anymore. They can't use that.
Sore Achilles. I can only go off what the report says. Sore Achilles. That's what's being reported.
But it was only reported.
Hey, Cornerstone, come on. I know you love Frank, and I can see it on you. But let's be real. Is the guy hurt or is he not? Every year.
Hey, and you know what, Ron? The thing about that is this. And
I hate it, man.
And Frankers hate when I bring this up. But every time the Knicks get competency at point guard, Frank is always hurt. They go hand in hand. Every time Frank get competition, Frank is hurt.
And somebody brought the point this way, when there's a trade rumor pops up, he's hurt.
It is what it is with that. But I remember Steph Curry being hurt as well. We thought
not like that.
Don't even put him in the same breath.
After Curry had the surgery,
how many problems with his ankle was he having in his first 3 years?
Hey, Kevin, before you kill me, I know you're going to kill me on this, but Steph Curry came into the league averaging 17 off of 40% shooting from three.
So you can wait on him.
Right.
They can't be talking the same press, guys.
I'm taking it from an Somebody said 6'4".
Hey man, you better make me go watch that movie for
Don't watch that.
But here's the thing. No matter what we're saying about him, the reason why I defend him so much is because he's always getting trashed by everybody.
Hey,
you got to admit that.
You're right, but and I'm one of the biggest anybody in Freezy. Dude, if
does it to himself,
Kev. Grandma, if somebody was to ask you,
does it to himself. He does not do it to himself.
I'll give you an example.
Love Frank, what would y'all say?
We all like Frank, and Ron does love Frank. Ron
do, but the people that he's gonna, what's name said it, he does it to himself. How does he do it to himself?
I said that. I'm gonna give you an example. Your first point about him developing, right? Let me ask you a question. Is it Frank's responsibility to also develop himself?
Absolutely.
He was trying to do.
Yes or no?
He was trying to do.
He used the
but the organization wasn't giving him the tools to develop. The organization wasn't giving him the
Hey, Cornerstone, I'm gonna give you credit.
So in 3 years, right?
He castled against the Bishop. That's what he did. He castled the king against the Bishop. That was a smart move for people that.
Why did you put? We're always calling him. He's not a point guard. Why did you put 6 point guards in before him? Where's the development with that? You have Raymond Sessions, you had Jared Jack, you had Emmanuel Moutier, Trey Burke, DSJ, and now Alfred Payton.
Hey, you proving the point on why we clean house. It was
Right.
one office malpractice.
But
Was a
why-
lot of it.
What's your understanding? What's your understanding to an NBA's coach's relationship to a player as far as development? Like, what's your understanding on that?
Hey, what
question.
Coach is doing right now with his players now? What his coaching staff is doing with the players right now? We didn't have that with Frank. Listen, all I'm saying is, if for all the
Can I
people
answer
that
the
are
question?
bashing on him, for all the people that are bashing on him, I'm the only one that's going to defend him. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people's calling him
I'm-
trash and all that.
I'm
He's
sorry
not
to interrupt
trash.
y'all, but
He's
if y'all
not trash.
not reading
I'm
the
not gonna
chat,
call
y'all
him trash.
missing
He's
some
not
comedy.
trash.
Somebody said
Yeah.
Frank is the. Somebody said Quickley is the black Ron. I mean the white black Ron Baker.
No, come on, Quickley's
Oh,
better than
disrespectful.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
Ron
saying?
Baker
People
was-
talk around and all like that, but people legitimately are just tearing this guy down.
Yeah,
And
I give you
for me-
credit. You know what it is?
And for me personally, wait, hold on. For me personally, I wish he was off the team because I've never seen a player so hated by the fan base as I see in him.
But you know what it is, man.
We don't, but we
You know,
don't,
it's
we
something-
don't hate Frank though.
You know,
You don't hate him.
chronic
You
Yeah, I
don't
don't
hate him.
man.
Ron doesn't hate him.
No, I
Garrett doesn't hate him.
I
But
I don't hate him.
Chuck does. Chuck does.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think Chuck
Kevin,
like
Kevin,
Chuck
Kevin,
don't like him.
you're
If I had to
you're
use
getting worked
hate is a
up.
strong word. I think Frank.
Kevin-
I think he disliked Frank. Hate is a,
Kevin,
is
you're
a
getting
strong
you're getting
word,
worked
man.
up over.
Go
You're
ahead.
getting worked up, okay, you're getting worked up over one guy's opinion. Mind you, his favorite player is Derek.
Yes,
So,
they more so than anybody
again,
else, I think.
right,
He
you're
loves
getting a guy
Elfrid
who-
Payton.
And
Anything
when
about
we
Frank is
compare
that Frank-
Frank, and legit, when we compare Frank to, when we call Frank a 6'4" Hashim to beat, we're trolling. It's just fun.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's
You
all
know,
in fun, man.
No,
It's all in fun.
All I can do is read the chat now. That's all I can do is read the chat. The chat is wild.
At the end of the day, I support what's in the back of Gilmore and what's on the back of when Ron is in his, in his seat. I support the New York Knicks.
Right.
That's all it is.
That's great to hear.
I'm a huge John Starks fan, but I knew what the organization, well, at the time I didn't, but I had to trust what the organization was doing when they traded for Latrell Sprewell. I had to trust it. I had to. So if they're going to move away from Frank, that's fine. That's fine. Because again, at the end of the day, I'm supporting the New York Knicks. I just defend him because everybody bashes him so much, and you've seen the.
I agree with that.
Everybody does to him.
He gets bashed, but I tell you this, Tom know basketball, and I'm gonna trust. Hey, and Tom I trust, man. If Tom says
So here's the question:
We'll trust him before we trust Israel again, right?
Is
man,
Frank
hey.
Ntilikina, is he or is he not a 6'4" Bill Cartwright?
Stop. Hey, stop.
Which
on.
version?
What-
Which
hold on
version
one
of
sec.
Cartwright?
One sec. I want to give a shout out to RF Gaming and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Yo, New Jersey basketball is back on the map, yo. I just want to salute him. I saw him shout them out.
I just wish they were in the Big East. That's all. That's all with that.
Hey, fellas, but y'all got to admit one thing. We talked about this briefly last night too. Guillermo, man, fellas, how good it feel to see us finally get some good press, man. I can't think of the last time like we got any kind of good press when it came to our players, man.
Me personally, I don't care.
I don't care.
I've yet to give a damn about any. Like you guys mentioned,
Yeah, the media don't mean nothing.
the Bermans, all these guys. I just laugh because I'm like, I don't take what they say seriously whatsoever. I get a lot of my content or updates from you guys, like in terms of like what people are talking about.
Out the national media?
I want it because I've seen these guys. There's no context. You know what I mean? There's no real analysis whenever it comes to the
It's
Knicks.
just opinionated biases.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I like it. I like it more like me against us against the world. Like I mean,
Yeah.
That's
That's the way to look at it. That's exactly.
That's why I gotta tune in the first take sometime today and hear if they're talking about our boys, hear what they're saying. Because
great.
Just out of curiosity,
Stephen A. Smith said the Knicks were done for not taking Bismack Biyombo. And I mean,
we were very smart. Biyombo got paid, and Biyombo forgot how to play.
Yeah, he had to go to Raptors, had that one playoff series with the Raptors, and then he got paid. So again, when it comes to the New York media, I understand where you're coming from, Ron. And everybody's different, right? Some people like to see presses like, damn, I read these damn newspapers, I buy these newspapers, these publications, and every freaking day they bury us. You know what I mean? So, like, but to me, come on, man. When you got,
I
Berman,
expect it for what it is, man, but it is nice to hear something nice about our boys. But I can tell you this.
Most of these guys don't understand basketball, bro.
I think we're gonna be the most improved team, one of the most improved teams this year, man. I really do.
They said Frank a 6'4" Taco Fall.
All right, come on, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, y'all done ran Cornerstone. Hey, tell it they done ran Cornerstone off, man.
Hey, Kev, come on back, man. We can't help Frank as a 6'4" Mikey Moore. You know, without the afro.
Frank is a 6'4" Eldon Campbell.
Somebody say he a 6'4" Lisa Leslie.
Dying, yo, this guy.
Yeah, they say he a 6'4" Lisa Leslie.
Oh no. Oh man,
y'all stupid.
Oh my God.
Come on, this is
that's rough, boy.
I'm hoping.
I hope the kid can play this year, man. But I'm just sick of him hurt every year, man. That's the biggest disappointment, especially in the year
only gets hurt when there's competition, though.
But my thing is crazy is this year more importantly, because you know this your last year with us. If you don't show up and you hurt, you giving other people opportunities to shine, i.e. Quickley.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
man.
I said, Quickley gonna put a lot of people on the airplane this year, man.
Right.
So Frank don't watch this podcast, man. Please turn this podcast off, Frank. We love you, baby. Do not watch this podcast, homie.
So Ala Wise just said Frank is 6'4" Kwame Brown.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Y'all are stupid, man. Garbage, man. Y'all are breaking the 6'4" Kwame Brown. Yo, 6'4" Dallin Bear. Yo, all right, guys. Y'all not even following it right. Y'all actually naming decently talented players, man. Like Dallin Bear was all right. Lisa Leslie, I mean, she was, in the WNBA, she's a legend. She's a freaking Hall of Famer. Come on, man. I gotta name
a girl.
Again.
Your intellect is crying, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm telling you. It's crazy.
Gosh, stupid, man.
It's crazy. Hey, y'all, I gotta wrap up, man, so I can get some sleep. Y'all just messed me up for the entire day. I might not be able to get no sleep. I'm supposed to be up at 4:00. I was gonna try to get like 3 hours of sleep. Now y'all got me laughing at a dude that's a 6'4" Tree Rollins. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, got me crying.
Eric Montross.
It's the hardest laugh. It's the hardest laugh I think I had since COVID.
Yeah.
Unreal,
my man said he is 6'4" Eric Montross.
Yeah, it's stupid, man. I thought Eduardo Nahara. I said, nah.
That's one right there.
Come on, man.
Anyway, Freezy, congratulations on your 1K, bro.
Hey,
a round of applause for that.
Man, well
hey, yo, hey, congratulations to that night crew. My only beef is y'all start at 11:45 and go till 5 a.m. I don't know where y'all think people are supposed to sleep. But God bless y'all, man.
Right. Hey,
Angelique, man, I've been having to tap out by 2:00 here lately, man.
That is a great point,
I've been paying for it when I go past 2, man.
Yes.
I try to get up there next morning, man.
Hey, but what they do is like because we legit want to stop at 3, right? But then somebody will bring up something at like 2:45 and carry us to like 3:30.
Yeah, they'll bring up Kevin Knox. Will bring up Kevin Knox and want to argue about him for 2 hours.
And that's like the barbershop, man. It's like going in the barbershop, man.
Yeah,
man.
Hey,
you bring up one topic and people will be on that topic for hours.
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm gonna say this before I go. First of all, thank y'all for allowing us to have so much fun. I know sometimes when we get on here, people just want Knicks. To me, it's more about the fun and stuff that we be having. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all for that. You know what I'm saying? Thank everybody. Yeah, and thank everybody for helping the community get to 1,000 subs. That's no small feat. That's major. That's major. And I want to thank everybody for helping us get there. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to try to expand on features and try to make the product better for everybody. Shout out to everybody that contributed to the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get off right here. Knicks at Night podcast tonight at 11:45. We'll probably carry the same energy over to tonight because I know the night crew likes to watch the day crew and comment, and the day crew likes to watch the night crew and comment. So
what happened to Rob, man, last night? Did he ever show up?
Yes, I had to put him. He keeps. I'm like, Rob, yo, you legit can't keep saying the same curse word every time. And he like, I'm good. He like, I'm good. I'm sorry, man. And I'm like, dog, you can't say the word and then say you sorry because the word is already said.
Yeah, we're trying to appeal to everybody, man. We're trying to appeal to everybody.
Well, unfortunately, as the platform gets bigger, cats won't be able to go along for the ride. And I wish them the best of luck, man. But you definitely got to look in the mirror. But your core team, man, is solid. That's all that matters.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, everybody. Yeah, man. Hey, the night crew is dope. Now, I'm gonna tell you what. Kevin W is probably gonna watch this on a replay and be hot about tonight. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you don't talk about Kevin Knox, you good.
And leading the Knicks not allowing him to say the K word. You know what I'm saying? And last night he was going through withdrawals. Leading the Knicks said, "Yo, you can't say Kevin Knox tonight." And he legit started shaking on that.
You know what's funny about
he said, for how long? He said, under what pretense can I not say it? Yo, he had it.
You know what's funny about that? The way he feel about Kevin Knox is how Latrell Sprewell is about Sprewell, man.
Yeah.
Them guys gonna find a way to talk with them two guys, man. Hey, shout out to them, man. Love them guys, man.
And about how Cornerstone Kev feel about Frank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You legit can't say every time I say Frank is a 6'4" Tree Rollins,
boy, I'm about to cut you.
Yeah, he want to cut me bad.
No. But see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You guys legitimately like the kid.
I do.
Other people just, the hate that I see from even in the chat between YouTube and this and on Twitter it's just really, who knows what Tibbs is going to do. If he wants to really shut down a person, there's only one person on the team that can, that can do that, and that's
1 through 3.
Yeah.
1 through 3.
Yeah. That's why he's gonna play.
That's why I say that we're at 15 right now, right? We're at 15 players right now.
Not yet. 17. We got 2 more cuts to make.
You got 2 more cuts.
2 more.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Iggy going back to the G League.
Right.
If there is a G League, I think they vote on that this week.
Man, they need to. They need to go ahead and keep that going for them young players, man, that can't make it in the league right now, man. Don't pull the rug from underneath their feet. Send them down there to Florida in that bubble and let them
Atlanta.
play,
they said they're gonna send them to Atlanta.
Well, send them somewhere and let them play, man. Don't do that to them.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm getting at is he's going to use Frank somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But again, Freeze, like we talked about, what matters is what's on the back of your chair, that banner. Yeah. It's about the New York Knicks. So if they feel as though that they have to move Frank to get something back, whether put in a package and everything, I'm all board for it. Because we want to get better. We want to get up there. And there's Charlie Green. See, that's what I'm saying. When Charlie Green puts stuff out there like that, he makes himself obvious, man. He makes himself obvious. He hates Frank. He really does. And he can prove me otherwise, but he hates Frank. He's the one that does, man. Yeah, and that's what the little hair that I have, that's why, I pull out all my hair that I have.
But you do recognize people most hate Frank because they tie him to Phil Jackson, who they truly hated. And that is the biggest piece of it. Somebody said it in the chat too. It's because he's tied to Phil Jackson, and they absolutely hated Phil Jackson. They wanted Phil Jackson the coach. They didn't want Phil Jackson the president. And everybody assumed when we got Phil, he was going to spend some time on the court. They didn't know Phil couldn't even walk down to the court no more. He was done.
Right. He was done. Right.
Hey, Kev, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it there, man, so I can go ahead and get some sleep. You're gonna be Hey, so the Knicks at Night podcast, 11:45 p.m. We're gonna try to Jump on. It'll be me and the point guard, Foxy running it for a little bit, and we'll see where things go from there. But thanks to everybody for helping grow the channel. This is y'all's channel. You know,
we love you, man. Freezy, we love you. We love you. We love you. We love it. And I love everybody on here, man. I love everybody on here, man.
Hey, shout out to everybody, man. And listen, I love the fact that y'all come on and legit be yourselves. Y'all know when I come on, I'ma just legit. Sometimes I'ma just listen for like 30 minutes or an hour to y'all legit being yourselves. My only concern is sometimes y'all don't understand how much the people in the chat really love y'all and what y'all are saying. So I be wanting y'all to reciprocate that love back to the chat, because they legit follow y'all and legit look forward to seeing y'all. So when y'all come on, man, every once in a while, just check your chat and you know what I'm saying.
Except Chuck.
Hey, Chad, thank you for those laughs today, man. They were worth $1 million.
Guillermo, I got to give you credit for that, Guillermo. You do that a lot, man. I noticed you be in the chat, man, sending your comments, man. I try to follow that too, man. Try to acknowledge, especially when I hear somebody saying, "Hey, salute Ron" and stuff like that. Whatnot, man.
Except Chuck.
To me, man, and just to say real quick, man, when because people were like, "Oh man, your channel's growing quickly," and stuff, right? And I'm just like, okay, it's growing quickly, man. But guys, like, I'm not the only one. Like, so I always try to put out, go to man. First and foremost, blew up on. I saw you, Ron. You think you slick because you had a day where you had like about 200 some people watching the chat. Your thing, I think you grew about maybe 50 or something, maybe 50 or 100 some viewers in one night. So Ron, your thing is blowing up too. Support man as well. But to me, man, it's easy. Like I know Freezy got to sleep, but I just want to say is I've never understood not pushing other content creative stuff. So like when people, work and try to get Sims thing down, I'm just like, why do that? Like,
I'm on the phone.
We all have a voice where you guys could just come and talk your ish. You know what I mean? And without the internet, right? You be waiting to see what they say on TV, and you
exactly.
So to me, when I shoot guys to all y'all channels all the times, man. I post all y'all. It means I don't look for nothing. I'm not necessarily a Freezy. I said. Everybody go to Blarn's Tears, so you can't help me. I'm like, nah, like that shit. Excuse me, that crap is easy, man. I love doing that. So all that comments and stuff I put out there, man, to put yourself out there and help it as much as I can help. I mean, I'm not even that big as just saying, if I got somebody that doesn't know about Blarn's Tears, man, go to Blarn's Tears. I got somebody that know about man. Go to man.
Constantly, you'll hear me, talk about you guys. Even during, constantly, I'll stop it. I'll say it for everybody, and I always go back to Sim, man. That dude, man, really was the foundation, man. I think for all of us, to see him do that, and I was like, this is right in my alley. This is all I like to do all day is talk sports. Absolutely. You know what I mean? If he can do it, hey, and everybody's dope, man. Kevin, everybody, man. Everybody got different viewpoints, man. I take something from everybody, man, and help you look at stuff differently. And that's why with coaches, it ain't just one coach on the team. You know what I mean? He got a team with him. So yeah, man. Hey, this thing is exploding, man. Hey, Freezy, congrats, man. Keep doing it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
involving your show. Hey,
yeah,
salute, man.
Y'all keep an eye out for so y'all keep an eye out for the Freezies. We doing the Freezy Awards. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We legit gonna do the Freezies. I'm buying trophies. Well, not trophies, but statuettes for each category, and we gonna legit send them. To everybody. We're gonna have a legit Oscars style, Academy Awards style YouTube broadcast where we announce the winner and we send the statuettes to cats, and we're gonna give them the time to do the acceptance speech and all of that. And yes, I'm gonna have the music to tell you to hurry the hell up. So we doing it officially for the Academy Awards. So anyway, one more Frank. So that's 2021. That's down the road. I hope I hope nobody outside the MBK fam see that idea and try to steal it from us.
You better do it now, then. You better do
it. Exactly. You better get on it early.
Somebody said Frank a 6'4" David Beckham.
All right, y'all.
All
Hey, guy, I gotta go.
Hey,
Take care,
Gerbo.
Freezy. Congratulations, buddy.
Cornerstone,
Thank you.
Ghetto intellect. Y'all boys
That was
stay safe,
stupid,
man.
man. All right, man. Peace, man.